I'm going to turn on all the mics and you guys won't even know about it. That's what's going to happen,
Dude.
like now.
Fair enough. I like it.
Oh, is it on?
It's on.
I heard you say that your testicles were inside you.
I don't know what kind of things you're projecting onto me, but good luck with that.
It's off the record talk, Josh. Off the record.
We are two of the same.
Welcome, everybody.
So are my balls. Hello, everybody. It's an Elsewhere podcast.
It's not here.
Today
Good afternoon.
we have
Yep.
Exhorter with us.
Hello.
Yay.
Aaron and Josh are here. And Skulls, because, well, I'm sure you heard him.
Yes. So, Aaron, say hi.
Hello, this is me. I'm Aaron.
And oh, okay. You know, you can keep going.
Oh no, I didn't know. I didn't know if it was like a full intro for a contestant show or something like that. You know what I mean?
I mean, you can try. I mean, you're not going to get anything out of it, but you can go for it.
Behind door number 1 is Aaron.
I love daddies.
And behind door number 2 is Josh.
Yes. What it do? What it do?
You guys
J-Man.
sound very similarly. Similarly?
Sorry, what now?
Similar.
Similar. Yeah, I mean, I could
we sound similar.
That sounds smile.
Yeah. Smile. I like it. I'm going to
Put
use
my
that
pinky
from now
up
on.
to that, you know?
So I know some
Heck and
people in the chat know who you guys are, and some people don't. Actually, this one is not. You guys aren't reactors. You guys are actually artists, correct?
Yeah. Absolutely.
That is what we do.
Yeah.
Make notes and videos, and now we're action stars. Actually, after the last videos.
Yeah,
It's
we've
official.
We've been doing the music video stuff, so we're pretty much Hollywood quality at this point.
Well, I mean, do you guys do your own stunts and everything? Like hire out
Yes.
body doubles or butt doubles or head doubles or something?
No, none of that. All of our own stunts. Absolutely.
Take that,
So
Tom Cruise.
So someone actually grazed your penis and shot it.
Yeah, absolutely. Literally.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it was
My
kind of scary.
condolences.
No,
it's all right.
It's okay. Don't worry about me. I'm good. I'm good.
For context, could you tell us which video this is in?
He's so brave.
So,
My penis has since been repaired.
this was "Respect is My Currency," our official video. There's like a little prologue with some world building, if you will, and there's some gunfire. Why in a music video? Why not? That's why.
Yeah.
Exactly, why not? They're all saying we're playing a dating game? Not that I'm aware of.
Dude, that's what
I mean,
thought
y'all's
this
free
was.
want to go for it, you know.
Bring in the ducks. No,
Chilling.
We'll see what happens.
spice it up on live. You know what I mean?
No doubt. Get people
Hit me up on,
interested.
Hit me up on the Snapchat.
No doubt.
No, we had little
Hey,
bit
I'm-
technical difficulties prior to this. That's why we were a little bit late, but you know what? Fuck it. We're here.
Yeah, how are the levels, guys? Can you hear us all okay?
Yeah, I hear you guys great.
Not
Like-
you.
Chat. Can you hear me now?
There you go.
Is that better?
Okay, don't be whispery and weird.
Like, 1 or 2. 1 or 2. Like,
Hey, Aaron, would you kind of explain
Oh,
the
I hear Chris in the back.
you too.
world building for
I'm just waiting on the chat, y'all. Just let us know.
I'm single, not looking.
Contestant number 1, tell us about
Oh
yourself.
yeah, for sure.
I'm just waiting on them. Oh, all good. There we go. I'll just take that. First one we see.
Nice.
Nice.
All good. Elsewhere, Tinder sounds good. Here, fine. Excellent.
We're balanced. Yeah, Chris was
Yes.
wanting me to elaborate on the world building of "Respect is My Currency." We're gonna be shooting like a series of videos after this first one. It's kind of like we're drug dealers, but or more like money launderers, right? That's probably the right title.
Yeah, definitely money launderers.
But it's of like almost like a cryptocurrency called Respect, and it's just dumb. You know, the more you explain it, the less it makes sense. So I'm just gonna leave a lot of things to question. I think you know
But
what I mean.
you want to know what really matters is the commitment.
Yes.
And that earns
Yes.
my respect.
Yeah. We
Guess
got to
you
eat the
do.
world up, otherwise no one else believes it. You know?
That's real. That's real.
Exactly.
Righteous.
Self-fulfilling prophecies. Cheers.
Here we go.
Shalom.
That
Dude, I don't have
was-
any water.
It's gonna be like that today, I swear. But here's the thing. So I'm actually new to your music. Obviously, if you guys don't know, people in the chat and out there in the world, or wherever, on your couch, 307 Reacts. They're the ones that turned us on to Exhorter. And these are Exhorter. And they're, I think you guys are both in Wisconsin, right?
Wyoming.
Wyoming.
The other middle of nowhere. Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
Because, by the way, if anybody doesn't know, I suck at geography. I actually thought Hawaii was on the other side of the United States for like my entire life. I thought it was by Puerto Rico.
Oh,
So,
dang.
It's
Oh
not.
my god.
no.
I mean, there's islands on both sides, so it's,
I
it's easy.
figured.
I feel bad for the Hawaiians that believe that, or the Puerto Rican. I'm gonna swim to Hawaii.
Oh, God.
Like fuck.
Yeah.
Good luck, bud.
It's a lot further than I thought.
Different cultures.
That's how we found out about Exhorter, was through 307 Reacts. They work closely together. So that's why,
Oh,
by the
man.
way, if you heard that little voice, like it wasn't the demon on his shoulder. It could have been, that was Chris way in the back.
That's fair. Yeah, we got
Yeah.
Chris here with us. He's a lovely guy.
Sexiest man alive,
Yeah.
And if you're
2022.
wondering why his levels aren't up, it's because it's not about him right now. So, I mean,
Damn.
He's our conscience.
I like it. I like it.
by
I
the way,
actually
shout out
thought
to
Chris- I
everybody
thought-
in the chat. I see like Nick and I see Chill Rock and I see a lot of the people from our community are here, as well as people that I've seen in other places that are coming here for the first time. Appreciate every one of you
rock.
for being here and checking out an artist that some of y'all don't know, but you do now. And I don't have all the links
We
because I'm lame,
appreciate you.
but I'll get them.
Eventually.
I'm trying
Yes,
to like
I
multitask.
recently started diving into your guys' stuff. I'm starting with Worthy. I actually listened to the first 3 songs a couple days ago, and I give 'em multiple listens. I really, really like them. I like in chillin' too. I like what was the time signature for that? Was it 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2?
That was it was in 5/4. So
It's
you
in
count
5/4.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
2, and it was
Alright.
like broken down to 2 separate groupings of 5 as well. But I could kind of hear that rhythm scheme that you were talking about. That's
Yeah, it
like
was-
the
I think in
subdivision.
I think 5/4s might feel better if I was to count it that way.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, it
I
was-
like that. I always like that with hip hop. You don't hear it often where there's odd time signatures, but I always respect the hell out of that because it's
Yeah,
hard just
absolutely.
to fucking, I mean, there's not really a flow tailored to it. You kind of have to come up with your own.
Right.
For
Very
sure.
true,
Yeah, you
very
have to
true.
bask in 5 in order to kind of feel it out. But that's why I liked it, was it's kind of like the symmetry of it's almost like a mirrored phrase when you listen to it. Like you can place it at any point and it'll just repeat itself, but it kind of feels natural. So
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
I try to do that with
like 5/8 at that point.
yeah, exactly. And you try to make it feel like a normal time signature rather than just like jarring them an extra beat. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I think
Yeah,
everyone's
yeah.
got its little niche. So
No
yeah,
dizzy.
that was a fun one to work on.
Yeah, Chillin's one of my favorite songs, honestly, to play. For sure.
Okay.
We get sweaty when we do it.
Yeah, we get hella sweaty.
Oh boy.
On purpose. Like we like just we sweat, bro. You know what I mean?
You just come to practice like we about to get sweaty.
Yeah. Getting excited about it.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Glad
no,
you're digging
that-
it so far.
Yeah, no, I'm liking it. I think Escape the Tomb's my favorite so far. Till Death though, that was the most fucking dynamic one I've heard.
Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah.
Like, I mean, there's so many like peaks and valleys like in that dynamically and sonically. And
For sure.
that really stuck out to me because usually, I mean, if you listen to hip hop, usually it's just, 808, boom, all the way through. But this just, it went up, it crescendoed, it died down to like practically nothing with your voice there, and then it built all the way back up. It was fucking wild.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it's exciting to hear that you have so much attention to that sort of detail. It's nice to hear it being complimented. That's cool.
Yeah,
Yes.
man. Well, I mean, I say it all the time about a lot of hip hop, especially the mainstream, but a lot of it just tends to blend in. So when someone stands out, it piques my interest. I want to know what makes them stand out. So I
Yeah,
try to give it a
absolutely.
little bit more attention.
Rock on, rock on.
Yeah, when you're talking about the tender stuff, you got to give them the dynamics, the sensitivity, the vulnerability,
Yeah.
You have to expose your weakest point and
I
just
can feel it.
just let it fly.
Yeah.
My take on the entire thing is, hey, y'all sound cool.
Oh, appreciate it. we
Dope.
try, mostly fail,
I don't know how to
Nah, I mean-
articulate all the little things that y'all are talking about. Like, I am not musically inclined. I am not creative. I leave that to all y'all.
Oh, shut up. Shut up. You did that judge thing the other day on it was on Menacing
yeah, Menace. Hey,
like,
what
yeah,
up,
yeah.
Mega? What up, Menace?
Yeah, he's in here. Hey. But
Menacing
you were
threats.
doing that and like you were fine. You were articulating yourself fine.
I was like, yeah, that
Like, you're
thing
being
that I
too
thought I
harsh.
would have wanted to hear a little bit, sort of, kind of, it moved around just a little bit. That would have been better, but okay, cool.
Hey, that makes perfect sense to me.
I mean, honestly.
At different levels, just different levels. They're all valid, and we love them. I know I love them.
You should hear my reactions. There's so many sort ofs and kind ofs, and I'm sure I'll say 1,000 of them before the end of this podcast.
Nice, nice.
If we don't say thingy by the end of this, we're doing something wrong.
Thingy's got to be
Love that
hella
thingy.
relevant.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get like a little jar, and every time I say thingy, I'm gonna have to give it a quarter.
Good. Hey, it's good luck.
Stop, just
Saying
tip.
thingy. Stuff my
Never
dick in
is
his
though. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it goes
Dude,
there.
don't
Eminem
say-
line, right?
We
This
went
is
there.
X-rated.
It really is.
As
I
you
mean,
could probably tell, this podcast is very much less of an interview and more of a just fucking around type thing.
I love
Yeah,
that.
that's cool. I like to just hang out.
This is where good moments happen,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I truly
Twitch gamer
believe that
moments.
people are people, right? I don't care if you're an artist, if you're a content creator, just a person listening, you're still a person, right? So there's a big difference between being sat there and being grilled about your stuff. Okay, when's the next tour date coming up, and when's your next album? What was your favorite song, and what got you motivated? And flip. You can get to all that in the context of a conversation. You don't have to make it about that. It could just be about you guys as people. And to be honest, I resonate with people. I'm a song person. I'm not a diehard because I like him to listen to everything you ever do and I'm like everything forever. That's not me. But honestly, I'm more likely to pay attention if I fuck with you as people.
Right.
Yeah, if you can connect, that's what it's all
No
about.
doubt. Yeah.
Take that, Matt Lauer. Get better, Oh wait, no, he got canceled. He's good. Yeah, he's out of the picture. Yeah, I
Who's
forgot
that?
about that. That dude from NBC or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think I know who you're talking about.
So yeah, that's the natural way to do it. The new meta. I like it. Oh my goodness.
I put it all in Skulls because he
Wait,
knows
what?
how to articulate all of this stuff, like to talk about the dee-dee-dee-doos and the da-da-da-da-da-da-da and the timing and the freaking like chords and the different
No, I'm not good at that. Like, like I know some chords. I know how to play like the guitar a little bit more rhythmic than like lead, but yeah, really besides that and like song structure and kind of the basics.
so
Yeah,
everything
no,
I
I
just
don't
said
have that
pretty
much. Is that what you said? I couldn't understand. I don't know what deets are.
That's what that was. That was the song structure and flow
Oh,
and
okay.
cadence and stuff. That's what that was. It was all
Dude, we're
encompassed
embracing each other's culture right now. This is cool. I'm learning language, over here.
Right.
Dude, I didn't know they did that over in that region,
Yeah, didn't know we did that over in Hawaii and Puerto Rico.
Either way.
You don't care?
I'm good.
Well, just out of curiosity, considering that we'll just assume that nobody in the entire world, including ourselves, has ever heard of you guys before. What do you consider yourselves genre-wise? I know where this is going. What would you, if you're trying to describe yourself to somebody as to what you do, what would you say? Honest to God, and don't try to make it for everyone else. Make it what you think.
No, definitely. Everything we do is rooted in hip hop, 100%. But it's hip hop kind of from a music nerd's perspective. So groove after that, hip hop groove,
Right.
simply, and then kind of just whatever follows naturally. That kind of leads to the expansion of styles that we explore.
And
It's kind of what
definitely
feels
an
right.
expansion. Like we cover a lot of bases and yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
That's what kind of the genre is, I think.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, like, if you listen to something like Chillin' or Escape the Tomb, and then you listen to Respect My Currency, it's very, very, very different vibes all around. Just not even just like in terms of like uh it has like different textures completely,
Right.
you
For
know.
sure.
And honestly, like Respect My Currency, it sounds it has like that country kind of guitar in it. And then but everything I've heard from Worthy has a very jazz feel to it.
Yes. Yeah. For sure.
So
Yeah,
you
a lot of
guys,
the
so you guys don't really commit to any specific genre in terms of the beats or anything. You're just
not
like,
in
fuck
terms
it,
of
I'm gonna
the
explore everything.
composition direction really is what dictates the style for us. Again, I think like one thing that I try to do is maintain sort of a meta in the tracks of like a consistent sound, whether it be the ways that I rap or even some of the melodic phrasing that I use. But as far as stylistically, I keep it very much like, okay, where does this song want to go? Like, what does this phrase sound like? I relegate a lot of my creating to movie soundtracks, stuff like that, because I feel like that best encapsulates human interaction, human connection, you know, and
Okay.
to put that in, kind of take a creative direction for that. I'll analyze my own stuff and then, based off my experience listening to soundtracks, kind of just naturally take it from there. So
Okay. Yeah, yeah. Now that makes sense because I mean, like that's like you have to relate to the moment and in a movie, and like that's kind of what the soundtrack accentuates the moment. And
Absolutely.
especially if
Yeah.
you're going after being relatable, uh, that's a good place to start.
but surely it's the like again, it's all expression, man. I love
Yeah,
it.
no, I mean, that's what I try to do in my shit too, is just be relatable in some kind of sense because there's so much shit out there that isn't relatable. You know, I forget if we talked about this on another podcast or off the podcast, but I was like, I don't relate to, people fucking driving Lamborghinis and shit because I have a shitty
Exactly.
fucking like Crown Vic or some shit. It's like,
Dude,
it's
for real,
like,
and constantly being faced with that lifestyle makes you feel like, oh, can we can cuss on this, right?
Fuck you. No, you can't. You better watch your goddamn mouth. What the hell?
Inappropriate,
Yes, you
bro.
can cuss.
I just want to make sure it was family friendly, you know. But it makes you feel like shit seeing being
Canceled.
faced with. Oh god, All right, I'm leaving. It happened, guys. This was my goal this year. Heck yeah. But like being faced with like your influencers having that lifestyle with like Lamborghinis and stuff, like it makes you feel like shit because no matter what you do, it's not a realistic way to live. They're not even living that way. It's all an image. you know?
Yeah, and you're right. Like, as a leader, is someone like I mean, I'm not saying that they ask to be leaders, but at the same time, if you're putting yourself out there and people respond, you kind of have to accept the responsibility of that. But it's like, wouldn't you want to build people up and not break them down like that, and
Exactly.
boast about things and make everyone else feel shitty? But like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't respond to that.
The whole rap scene is just so different compared to what it used to be back in like the late 80s, early 90s when like MCs were first starting to come out, and the things that they were rapping about were much more like politically involved sometimes, and a lot more true to what was going on around them, instead of like the fabricated life of a quote unquote rap star.
Yeah, it's become much more superficial, I think.
Yeah, it's mudded out.
Um,
Yeah.
Not to say all of it's bad, but
No, that's
generally,
yeah,
there's
absolutely.
it's because of the industry, I think mostly. It's just the industry is, in almost like every genre is hijacked the creativity and basically, I think it's
Yeah.
boiled it down to a formula, fucking DG songs, and then just throw it out there and it's like, oh well, yeah, we have it down to a math and that's what we pump out, and people might only like it for a week, but they bought it and we
Mhm.
made our money, and that's it. yeah, the mainstream just to me does not feel about creativity. It just feels like a moneymaker at
It
this
absolutely is.
Well, now they don't have to hide it. It's almost part of their marketing. Is like, hey, this person made it.
Yeah,
Not
I
even
got a
trying.
Lamborghini. Yeah, yeah.
Why is this person famous? We don't know
Ah,
either.
Yeah.
But
I
here we
hate
are.
that too. I hate that whole like, oh, I don't even try shit.
So like, there's
'Cause, like,
music fans, and then there's real music fans. Yeah.
yeah, I just think that sends a bad message too. It's like, I don't even have to try. It's like, well, what happens when someone listens to you and then they try and they like fail the first time, which everyone does.
Yeah.
Then they're like, oh, I guess there's no future in it for me, and then they just give up.
Right.
Like,
Creates the
nah, bro,
artist's
keep
crisis.
trying.
Like, you get
Yeah.
stuck between a rock and a hard place. Do I be more like the mainstream, which is really not very thought provoking or fulfilling, or do I be more myself and just accept the abstract, be a jazz artist?
Yeah, yeah. And, I mean, kudos to you for fucking accepting it, even though, it might not be mainstream or whatever. I mean, but at the same time, bro, it's like I could see you being big. You just got to find the audience.
Absolutely.
Can I just say, honestly, what is mainstream anyway? Mainstream is just, it means nothing. It's like when I tell my kids, the cool kids, right? Oh, they're cool. They're only cool because they say that they're cool or other people do. That's all it takes, is to get someone else to turn their attention to someone else. Suddenly they're cool instead, you know?
Oh, that's totally fair. I totally get where you're coming from there.
Right.
No
I'm
doubt.
saying, for me, I'm not going to lie. For me, mainstream doesn't exist.
No, you're right. Yeah, it's just.
I literally, I don't listen to the radio. I don't watch the trending YouTube videos. I don't get, if it's any little, shaky, sexy, TNA, repetitive bullshit, I don't even bother. I don't even try. However, I listen to other people and they're like, hey, you gotta check this out. Hey, you should check this out. That's who I listen to, and I add them to my playlist and stuff. Like, I hear so much music, but it's not what people would consider mainstream. But for me, mainstream literally has no place in my life. I don't watch like radio. I don't watch commercial. Like, I don't hear any of it. I could not even tell you what is like on the top of any charts or anything right now. I couldn't tell you because I don't care
honestly
and I don't
couldn't.
know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to be fair, yeah, me too. I don't I don't have a fucking clue what's popular nowadays.
Oh, it's just because even if you do know what it is, it doesn't stick in your mind like
No.
it used to. There's
Yeah.
not much longevity in what's created nowadays. Like, if you put good quality stuff in the mainstream, I genuinely think people would like it still. It's not that they wouldn't like it. It's just, what's the easiest produced for this widely reached stream that everybody can access. And obviously they're going to go for the cheaper option. They're going to keep it in house, you know what I mean, rather than expanding and doing what's good for music.
Yeah,
Always.
it's kind of like a habit, and if you replace the habit with something else or different music, people will still listen to it.
Yes.
And they would just realize that, oh, this is better music.
See, that's the thing,
Right.
is I replaced all music in our house, like in the car on the way somewhere. I don't, please listen to the radio. No. We don't listen to the radio. I have no interest. I don't care. I'm not going to try and wait for them to play a song I might kind of sort of maybe like. I don't care.
my brain.
Unless it's the 90s, unless it's like on us, what is it, Sirius or whatever, XM.
Like
Unless
a
it's on
grunge
there and
train.
it's the 90s, that every time, bet I'm there. Anything else, I just don't care. Like, and so we don't listen to radio. I actually have all the albums on CD in my car, or I have Spotify and I go and pick some random stuff.
There you go.
I mean, and it's a
Yeah.
habit because now they don't even ask anymore, thank God. But it kind of takes you away from all that kind of toxicity that you hear in it,
Absolutely.
And it also, I'm trying to teach my kids that there's more out there than just something that's like a cookie cutter.
Yeah.
You can
because-
like something, I don't know if Pandora still does this, but when Pandora first started, I remember one of the things I liked about it is you could get a song you liked, you could put it in there, and it would say, okay, so now we want to hear kind of a jazzy undertone, but we really want some hip hop beats, right? And we want like a male voice, female voice. It would give you these little, and it was so cool to see what it was picking out that I wanted to hear, and recommend things along those lines. And usually it was nothing
That
you would
is
hear on
pretty
the
awesome.
radio.
Give you some color, yeah.
That is pretty awesome. So it was like a little template for for a music search and like find a bunch of stuff you may.
It was
or may not
basically
be
the algorithm, but you could see it.
Okay.
And now I don't think you can see that on Pandora anymore. It was at the bottom, like on the web page, and that was when I didn't use it because I was mad because I just wanted to hear like the 2 songs I had time to listen to. I didn't want to hear it suggest to me some random ass person, right? But it would tell you, like electronic, and it would tell you, angsty female vocals or whatever the case was.
Nice. Get all descriptive with it.
Yeah, it was
That's
so
cool.
cool because I was like,
Cool.
I just never knew that's what it was called. Now I know it's angsty female vocals. Cool.
Shout
Avril
out
Lavigne
Pandora.
for the win.
We love your box.
Sponsor us, Pandora, please.
And menacing, you're right. Hitting, not just that, but a play means so much more to an independent artist than it does to someone making millions. I say that about this channel too. All the small content creators, the small channels, the small or independent artists, subscribing, hitting the like buttons, showing love on their content, dropping a comment means everything. Versus these people that like was I on YouTube? Huh, I didn't even know. Like, you know what I mean?
For real.
For sure. Yeah, a tool that I've been using to kind of explore other artists, especially in our vein, is just like certain streaming services like radio mixes. If you type in like say us or whatever, like there's a lot of cool small artists that I've discovered, like especially Chicago way where Josh is from, and yeah, it's been cool like connecting to them and seeing that. So there's definitely more accessible ways now to see them. It's just kind of under the surface. I think once you just get past that sort of general mainstream interest and you want to dive a little deeper, at least the accessibility's there now,
Right.
which is awesome.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. No, I 100% agree with that.
I don't know
Yeah,
if
it's
you
just
guys
you
get
got to have that desire to go a little bit deeper. In which I mean, it seems to me, at least in like my area, like when you actually talk to people, it's actually surprising that the mainstream is as successful as it is.
for sure.
Because I mean, everybody I talk to is like, I don't like this, I don't like that. It's like, oh, I thought that's what everyone liked, and that's why everyone was buying it. But
Everybody
I don't-
clicked on the video to see if they liked it or not.
Yep, and the click got them what they needed.
Yep.
yep,
That's all they needed.
That's the what do they call that? FOMO.
Yeah.
Yeah, fear of missing out.
Oh,
It's
thank
like those
you, Mega.
people on YouTube that are like, "Hey, we got a way for you to make money. All you got to do is just click on my video and subscribe, and then sign up for my program." And then they literally just make the money that they're talking about by doing that to you.
Yeah.
They never tell you what the sales pitch
Yeah.
is.
Like,
It's
why am I
hilarious.
here?
Yeah.
By the way,
it's a
shout
hollow
out-
scheme.
Shout out to Mega Lockdown. He tipped $5. Thank you for this, cat. If this discussion
yo.
needs to be had with everybody about this, because I know I can see artists in the chat. I see y'all there. Plus, you might be content creators, you might be reactors, but you're artists. I've heard your music, so I know you're all are there, and y'all know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yep.
So I don't know. Maybe you can hear me through Aaron's mic. My mic kind of sucks, but here's the interesting thing, right? I don't know if you know, but on the Billboard charts, Tom McDonald, Adam Calhoun talked about this. On the Billboard Top 200, or even on the broken down independent artist charts, Disney is allowed to compete as an independent artist because they're not one of the big 3.
Okay,
So
let me just
Disney-
repeat that for them real quick. He's basically
Yeah.
saying that, like Tom touched on this when he was talking, on the Billboard Top 200, Disney is allowed to compete with all the independent artists
Because they're not part of the big 3.
because they're not part of the
Yep.
big 3, which would be WMG, UMG, and Sony. Am I wrong?
Yep, that's
Yep.
right.
There you go.
Ah, yes. What do I win?
Damn,
I-
bro.
like,
Cat
that's
knows
fucked
more
up.
about that shit than me.
Come on, I'm
And I'm a
a
reactor.
lot of people.
Oh yeah, if you want to win a Grammy, you got to be in bed with one of those cats. Like, there's no
Alright.
ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Who am I fucking?
Better get that mouth ready, buddy. Yeah, drop trout. Oh god.
No, but that's a good point. Because in all honesty, the only place that independent artists, and you guys, I don't need to explain this. Y'all know what I'm talking about when I say independent artists. I mean truly independent, self-funded. They're doing it themselves. They might be collabing together. They're putting their stuff out there, right? Whether they pay for it or not, they're truly independent. They're not signed to a label. It's all kind of on them. Those independent artists are competing with the biggest company in the fucking world, right?
Disney's
So-
worth $97 billion.
$97 billion is what he said. So
Oh
yeah,
my God.
the point
Yeah,
being,
I got half of that. No.
so when you have an artist like, Tom and Adam that hit those huge numbers, right? When it comes to, when they hit those Billboard charts, it is doing more for independent artists than just anyone else hitting that, because they're funded by the labels. It does a lot, and it shows people, look, there are independent artists, and they're so good that they're beating out this competition. But these, people, it feels like they don't have a chance with what they have. And I saw I don't know who said it. There it is. Jay said it. Love reactors. It gives indie artists a way to be heard. Facts.
Yeah, that's
Hands
I
down.
know I got much love for 307 React's crew and everybody who's react to our stuff so far. Like,
Absolutely.
it's huge, and it builds community in places where that would not be accessible because there's no good business happening, because again, it's being overshadowed by the industry. So
Always nonstop.
What's
need
up,
those
Organic? I
avenues.
see you in there. Yeah, the
Organic.
reactors, I mean, y'all have probably figured out, I love my reactor family. I love my reactor people, my friends. I freaking love them, and I love to support them because I love to, show if I see something I really like. I'm like, oh my God, you gotta hear this. And I push it, and they listen, and they're honest, and they fight and fight and fight with like YouTube and the platform, trying to get the copyrights lifted, and not as much that, but the blocks taken off, and then their stream goes down and people are complaining, and it's just, they're making no money off of it, and they're still doing it because they just love music. They just love it. And they love the communities that they build that are pushing the music, that are wanting to hear it, that are wanting, and the people that sit there through the whole streams, y'all know who I'm talking about, the people that sit there and listen and are like, I've never heard this before. It's usually not for me, but that was pretty cool. That's all it takes, because it's name recognition. It's thought, you hear that again, you're like, I heard that before. Or, hey, that wasn't that bad. Next time I hear that name, sure, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to listen to it. It gets the music out there. They're so underrated, and they fight so hard. Almost as hard as the artist, but,
Fucking Nick.
I know.
I fucking hate you, Nick.
shout out Nick.
I don't know, you spelled stupid. That's how I spell it, because I'm stupid. I'm a stupid
absolutely.
clap chaser.
Your clap
Who spells
chaser?
words correctly?
Who chases
clap
the
chaser?
clap?
No,
Oh, God.
clout.
Clap chaser.
Yeah, don't come here. Don't come here.
Yeah.
Mine's
go.
more like a pause.
And we're into the
Like-
STD conversation. Let's go.
That's an Archer joke.
Do this.
That's like right Wyoming. Yeah, that's I think
God.
that's the STD capital of this place.
Pretty much
Honestly.
nice.
Well, good. It's in the middle of nowhere.
Right? We got the highest everything because it's just small statistics all around. So if one person does something, it's like, oh nope, we're the worst.
The
now.
whole town is infested.
Let's hope the porn industry does not come here. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
Haha,
Don't be much concerned.
that was a double. Nice.
But I'm not a rapper.
But I'm not a rapper. It's just
Yo, apparently he
natural.
put out a new one or some shit. Super hot fire.
Against what was it, Blueface or something like that. It's just some new throwaway character, and he
It's
was
so
just as
stupid.
dumb. I loved it. I love all those videos.
Yeah, it's not even him that's like super funny. It's just the crowd. The crowd. kills
Absolutely.
me.
The freaking verse where he's just like bam, boom, beady boom, bop, bow, and then just everyone goes crazy.
I don't think I've seen that actually.
Oh, what?
Yeah, I'll
I
have
don't
to
know
check
what
that
they're
out.
talking about, if that helps.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
It's-
it's so funny. It's
so
just
I'll
funny.
them.
drop
here.
some links
I
in
know.
the Discord later so that we can be
Yeah,
hip.
it's just they're
Yeah,
basically just
absolutely.
making fun
For
of
real.
like how over the top like rap battle crowds are. And this
Right,
dude's just like says the most stupid bars ever, and the
Right.
crowd just goes nuts, like
He's just
absolutely
all like
loses their
super
shit.
hype-eccentric and everybody loves it.
Dude,
Yeah,
but if
remember-
you see like a real battle where someone brings like a huge crew with them and you can tell that they brought most of the population,
Yeah.
that stuff happens so bad.
I
Like
bet,
you'll
yeah.
have someone drop a cheesy line and everyone's just like, oh, for like 3 minutes straight.
It's
they
like I
can't
didn't
call-
realize you brought all 50 of your freaking backup crew.
Gets ridiculous, man. But that's the power of knowing people, I guess.
Oh,
Yeah.
Nick.
Yes.
Shots fired.
Oh, what next?
What do you call me?
Damn! Wow, about to get it from the Velociraptor.
Yeah, wait, Jonas is gonna get you, Nick.
Oh, shut up.
Hey, we need this fire in here. You know what I mean? We gotta get contentious.
Where's truth? We need some battle bars. We need the
All
smoke.
right, we need to talk about politics, abortion. Let's go. No.
Can you imagine a political free like battle rap? That would be just.
I
I
can
don't-
get down.
That's how our president should be determined next election. 100%.
For real.
I no lose, bro.
Bro, I would not be
Definitely get my
surprised.
vote.
I would not be surprised if that's how it went.
I'm honestly down for it, dude. You know Kanye's coming back if that's the case, though.
Yeah, oh my god,
No doubt.
bro. Yeah, we're living in the twilight zone, right? I mean,
No, you're right,
this
dude.
shit's fucking crazy.
It is.
You know, it is, but I'm loving it. I'm just sitting back and I'm like, let the world burn, bro. Let's have
Yeah,
some fun. You know?
At least it makes a good meme.
Let the world burn, bro.
That's what it's all about. Good times.
know
and
how I got
pain.
these scars.
Good old Joker. Dude, I
Yeah.
sat down and watched that trilogy the other day. Again, I
The
love
Batman
the
trilogy?
Chris Nolan one, dude. It goes hard still.
Yeah.
How's the last one? I saw it in theaters and then never watched it again. I feel like it went over my head at the time.
A lot of people didn't like it. I love it.
Is that the one that's in theaters now?
There's one
No,
in theaters?
You mean
no,
the,
no, that's a new one. Yeah, that's the new trilogy.
no? You're talking about the one with Bane, the Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah, the smell right.
Oh,
Yeah, like
that was a great impersonation.
it's
That's what he
mean
does.
as hell,
That's
but
what
I
he does
love
when
it.
he farts. When he farts, he's like, "The smell right."
Smell right.
Right? No, I mean, unforgivable acting from Talia, that actress, because she like dies and she just. But other than that, I loved it. You know, even if it was campy at moments, it's like, oh man, I love it because you can just tell the story they're trying to tell, and I'm all into that, no matter how ridiculous it is.
Yeah,
That's why I like writing the way that I write. It's like I don't care how ridiculous it is, as long as it's fun and engaging. Like, tell a cohesive story that you can grasp onto. You know what I mean? You don't always have to take yourself so seriously.
Yeah, I agree, and especially like even it's a comic book movie, you know. And I appreciate
Yeah.
like it being grounded and everything, but it's like, bro, at the same time, it's a comic book movie. You kind of have to, nod to the comic bookiness of it, you know.
Absolutely.
And like
Yeah.
even though like I'm not a comic book person, like I can still appreciate it. Like the first season of Daredevil, yeah, I know I'm fucking like super outdated here. But the first
Hey.
season of Daredevil, like I loved it for
It
the
was better.
groundedness of it. But when they started putting in the comic book stuff, it wasn't for me, but I was like, I can't hate on them. It's a comic book story, and they gotta cater to that as well and be authentic to the source material.
Have you seen The Boys?
No, but
Yes.
I want to.
Yes.
I want to.
And Jensen Ackles gonna be Soldier Boy.
Dude.
Go. Thanks,
It's
Nick.
such
10
a
out of
good
10
show,
for
man.
impression. Wait, what did I impress?
Apparently him.
Hey!
Yeah,
Stuck the
absolutely.
landing.
No, I'm so excited, Soldier Boy, just because it's Jensen Ackles. Like that's all I care about. Actually, I prefer Dean over Jensen Ackles, but I'm just pissed off that he's no longer on Supernatural.
Yeah,
Bummer.
that's a good.
Save
show.
the Boys, and that's what I think. I haven't watched. I think there's more episodes I've missed, to be honest. I
What
got
the
into
fuck are we talking about?
Supernatural.
The Boys.
The boys?
Boys.
The boys are back in town.
Boys. But yeah, it's
It's on Amazon.
it's like real bad Superman.
Oh, yeah.
It's like
Oh, they
God.
just like suck ass at it?
he's just an asshole, man.
They're like
He has no-
villains, but they're heroes. They're like if heroes were like greedy, celebrity type assholes.
Oh, this sounds like a social commentary.
Very much so. But it's not pretentious. It's not pretentious. That was the one thing I worried about going into it. I was like, oh god, they're gonna really push the button, aren't they? You know. But no, it all feels natural, and it's like,
And it-
oh, good take.
And it's on Amazon.
It's on Amazon
Yes.
Prime.
I'm gonna fucking put this in a tab so I don't forget.
Yeah, it's
Highly
actually pretty
recommend
badass. It took me a minute to get into it. Like I was like, wait, huh? What? And I was like, oh, whoa, what? Like it was one of those where I just couldn't look away. I didn't know if it was because that was awesome or because it was just like, what the?
There's stuff happening and it's got my attention.
Just like how you
Content.
listen to music.
Absolutely. Oh man.
I love dark stuff
yeah.
though. Stuff that's dark, like dark. I really like it.
Yeah, no.
Like not
me
like
too.
not like cut your own arm off type dark, not that, but like
Not emo.
That's
Yeah.
the good
Not
stuff.
not Evil Dead dark.
almost like where the villains. Oh, I love Army of Darkness. Shout out Army of Darkness. This is my boomstick.
Oh.
Best movie ever.
Oh, I'm talking about the remake.
Oh, ew, no, I never watched it. Like you can't remake
Oh,
Evil Dead or Evil Dead 2 or Evil Dead 3. You can't do it.
Oh, it's so brutal. It's
One
so
by one we
fucking
will
brutal.
take you.
Dude, they're making a game. An Evil Dead
Oh.
game I saw.
Are they?
I'm kind of stoked for that, honestly. Like,
Evil
I would
Dead
play
video
that.
game, huh?
because it looks like they're trying to make like a unique experience based off of it rather than just like one of those like cash grab movies, you know,
Okay.
or movie games or whatever, like
Right,
Harry
yeah.
Potter.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tomb Raider.
Yep, like Lego Harry Potter.
Right. Horrendous. Larry.
Larry Pollard.
The knockoff.
He's got to be balding. Got to be balding.
Yeah, balding.
No, but I like the villains that are the heroes. Like I like the bad guys to win, not necessarily by like being a psycho, but like Umbrella Academy. I love that.
Like, yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
I
Right on.
like exploring the villain because I think the villain is kind of like if you're not trying to be a good person, that's what you'll end up being. So
Right.
I don't know. There's something appealing to understanding it so you can stay away from it.
That's what I really loved about the Joker's new one with Joaquin Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
The Joker, that was a great movie, and all of Bane's parts on his recent movies too. Just understanding him as a character is pretty legendary.
Yeah. It's got to be a relatable villain to be good.
Yeah, and how Bane compares to Batman too. That's the cool part. It's like, yeah, he adapted to the darkness. He was merely born in it. Whatever the
Molded
hell
by
he
it.
says. Yeah, molded by it.
Well, I mean, suffice it to say, I truly enjoy being around people that march to the beat of their own drum. Not to the point where they're like, okay, like you legitimately like need a pill and a straitjacket. Not that far necessarily.
Yeah.
However, people that are like, you know what? Everybody gets to where you are by going through what you've been through, and I don't care if it's you had musical parents or if you had, you know, you just liked it when you were a kid. I don't care if it's you're trying to get away from something or if you just were good at it, or it doesn't matter how you get where you are. It's awesome that people aren't like, well, you know, I've got to go do what everyone else does. I hate that so much.
And you'll never be successful doing that. Like,
Well, you know, just
there's
get labeled to sign you.
not as successful.
You
Yeah.
can do it, but where's the happiness?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, like, you know, I've met so many people from like Berkeley that wanted to be John Mayer and went the exact route that John Mayer did. They did for a year. They dropped out. They went to Nashville, and you know, like nothing comes of it. And it's sad because it's like if you just let your own experience guide you, you'll be benefit from it. You'll be happier. The fulfillment will be there.
Yeah.
Did
Yeah.
any of you guys ever see, I don't know, well, some of y'all are young. So you might not.
How old are
know
you
who-
guys?
I'm 38.
What?
What? I didn't know that.
Oh god.
Young.
How old am I? Yeah, I'm 31.
Oh.
31.
Okay.
31 this year.
No, yeah, man.
You
I'm
sure?
feeling young old. I'm 26, bro.
I am 25.
I mean, I've
We're
expected
babies.
as much. I expect as much. But that's not the thing. I was going to say, the reason I was asking is basically because American Idol, not American Idol, X Factor.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
There was X Factor when that, what was his name? I can't remember for the life of me what his name was. But anyway, he was like the, can't remember his name. Okay, anyway, so there was this guy that got on there, and he was like in his 30s, almost, if not 40. His name was Vito Alon. and he
Like
said,
non-Vito?
no, his name was
Rest in
Vito
peace.
Alon. Go look, you guys, when you done here, go check it out. Go check out Vito Alon on the X Factor, and he
Does he
sings.
run the mafia?
No,
I'll let you talk.
he didn't. He just did amazing, and he got beat out by a 13-year-old little girl named Diamond. He shouldn't have lost, but he got beat out by a 13-year-old little girl, and she was like, honestly, she was just the iconic, you know. She's the one that everybody thought, oh, she's so cute. Oh, this is great. He kicked ass. He did amazing, and he was, in his 30s, I think late 30s at the time. So
You want to know where he went wrong? He should have identified as a little girl.
Oh my god.
at that
That's absolutely
time,
right.
Oh boy.
ironically, at the time, they didn't do that. Right? It was actually about talent because they showed you the shitty ass auditions, they showed you the good ones, right? And they were really, really like mean about it. Simon Cowell was my favorite. So like they're kingmakers is what they are, right? So they're gonna say what they want to say, and they felt like he was just too old or whatever. He just his whole head, like the top of his head was tattooed. He had like on a skull cap, and he was, this bigger, like stocky white guy, you know,
Sure.
and he just had this voice. Oh, it was amazing. And if you guys, I'm serious, Google it. It's the thing
I like
is
seeing stuff like
Yeah.
that.
if honestly you can go and check out something like that and see that you can do it, doesn't matter how old when you start. I'm 38. Do you know how long I've been doing anything involved in this? Hi, Mama Nieto.
Hey, Mama the actor.
That's Nick's mom. She's in the chat.
Oh, hello.
Thanks for swinging by. We appreciate
I
you.
see you, Casual.
saw
Shout
someone-
out.
Saw someone say that they had a husband who went to Berkeley too. Shout out to whoever that husband is.
That's the thing is, it's like I have not been doing this for long, and if I can be here at age 38, at age 37, I was like, oh, I'm gonna watch reactions, and then all of a sudden, Cliff Beats, he was on the other week. He was the very first reactor I subscribed to. He was only 3 weeks into doing it at all, right? So I've rocked with him since day one. This is about a year ago this month or next month. This month, yeah. A year ago this month. And look at me now. Like, you would never believe that at whatever, it doesn't matter your age, if you have the talent, if you can make music, if you can network, if you can, jump on, put yourself out there, change your stars, just fucking do it. I just love being around people that are just
Never too late.
going
Yeah.
for
Never
it.
too late.
I don't care if you're 15,
absolutely.
25, 82, I don't care. As long as you are trying to reach your dreams, and every single person in this community, every single artist, every single reactor, they're going for it. No matter how hard it is, they're doing everything they can. That's why we support them.
Yeah, and that's the beauty about it. I love seeing people that are that dedicated and passionate about what they do because it makes for some amazing content.
It does.
And that's
they're
the thing,
great
like-
people.
Yeah,
That's the thing
absolutely.
too, is like passion. Like people don't understand how strong a fucking launch pad that is. Like
Mhm.
if you're starting off at like the beginning of something, anything that you're interested in, like if you completely just suck at it with every fiber in your being, if you have the passion for it and you love doing it, even though you suck at it at the moment, you could probably get better than everyone else out there.
Oh, chances are you will exceed your expectations.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Absolutely.
And I think that's something overlooked a lot of the time because I mean that's something that happened to my uncle. My uncle took like a placement test and like I think he was like building computers, and he took a placement test and they told him what he was interested in he was no good at and he shouldn't even pursue it. And he decided to be like, fuck you, I'm gonna do that. And he actually helped develop what eventually turned into Siri on your phone.
Yo.
Oh wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
And they told him he'd never do anything, and he actually helped develop that technology.
That's amazing.
So it's like,
Yeah.
don't like if anybody tells you you can't do something and you want to do it, because that's
Punch 'em
it.
in the
If you
balls.
want to do it, you're gonna fucking do it.
Yeah, and no
amen.
matter how long it takes, like who cares if it's 20 years from now when you hit your success point? Like, you'll still be able to say, oh, I did what I set out to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it didn't happen when everybody said it should have happened or when virality said it should have happened, but it happened. And like, that is so much. Like, that's why I chase what I do. Like, I'd rather die than not pursue what I'm doing.
Yeah.
100%.
I hear that. I hear that.
No, and I get that. I mean, honestly, and it's hard to put yourself out there, you know, to a point where it's like you have to juggle, especially people that don't have that huge backing. You have to put, you know, a job. You have to juggle a job, or maybe you don't have a job and this is all you have, so you have to make sure that it's, you know, you get something out of it. You've got to, right? You got to make it lucrative in some way. Or like me, I'm a single mom. I have a full-time job. So you got to work around that. School, he's got his music, he's got his reaction channel, and he's here on the podcast. Like, you know, you just got to be, you got to want to do it. You got to make the time. You know, and Blindside said it, I believe you literally have to be obsessed with passion for this.
Mm-hmm.
With any
That's
part
what we're
of it.
new to.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, we're new to that. We're kind of just starting to get away from the whole day job grind and try to just make it work with just music. And it's first time I've been scared of anything in a long time.
It's extremely difficult. Absolutely.
Yeah.
The fear is sort of like, as much as it kind of sucks, it's also kind of good at the same time.
Absolutely.
It inspires. It's if you can figure out how to use it, that's the thing. And at first, it's always hard to figure out how to use it. But once you figure it out, and you do figure it out, again, it's a launch pad.
Yep.
It's about integrating those things, you know, those things that everyone tries to reject, you know, the fear, the discomfort. It's like you don't want to reject it. You want to integrate it.
Absolutely. You got to know where to take that first step and just do it. Don't look back.
I hear. I thought you were gonna say something, Kat. I heard your fan come on.
You know, I tried. It is muggy and hot
Shout out to
here.
Cat's fan.
Yeah, your own
Best viewer of our
Cat's
podcast.
I have a fan, y'all. No, in all honesty, the thing is that like I usually have it up here on my washer because you know my office is outside and it's freaking like 80 degrees and it's muggy because it was raining, but not really. So then it's just like sticky, you know. And so I'm trying not to die. So I mute my mic. I have the little button on the front of it, and I just mute it. And then I try to sneak into the conversation, but I keep myself muted just, you know, spare people's ears. I'm trying to be.
And then you probably forget to unmute it sometimes, and then you're like, "Oh God, I've been saying something for like 2 seconds, and they haven't heard none of it." Right on.
That's why I rant. If you haven't noticed, I go on rants because I'm pretty much like I don't say much, and I'll let people go, and then I'm just I gotta say this, and I just go on a rant. And then
it all builds up, and then you either say it or you implode, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. The cool thing is I'm muted, so you can't hear me implode. However, like you didn't hear my kid slam the door twice just a minute ago because she's mad at me because she wants somebody to play with, which is fine. It's just, you know, mommy's busy.
We got hustles to grind over here, man. You wait.
Wait until she gets really pissed off at you one episode and she comes in and just like slaps you and says, "Keep my wife's name." Fucking mouth.
Oh man.
Yeah,
I know you love those jokes.
that wouldn't go very well.
When your child comes in with a toy, you know. Does that happen to
Yeah,
just-
G.I. Jane toy.
No,
Oh,
we're
God.
talking just Jen
No.
toy.
Yes.
Oh God.
That was epic. When 307 was on with us the last time, so just Jen popped on because she had been streaming live earlier in the day, and her son walked in with her mom's vibrator on camera.
Yes.
Yes, that's why
That
I
is
think I put
amazing.
in the description all the vibes. That was something I put on that description
Hey.
of that video.
She must have
Winky
been
face.
shaking.
Dude,
Hey.
that's hilarious.
That was a big one too, man. That was like
Industrial for sure.
I think it had a
Don't ask
cord and a
me.
plug, and it was
Yeah. Black and Decker.
Oh.
Fucking battery powered, whole 9 yards, 6,000 foot-pounds
Oh,
of
no,
torque.
dude.
Jesus.
Oh, Jesus.
Jesus.
A portable Sibian machine.
450 cc's on that sucker, you know, I tell you. Bro, like, I'll tell you this, you know, dildos can make for a good snare layer in a mix. Don't ask how I know that, but I know that.
Man,
it's got enough weight to it, you know.
Bro, my respect for you just shot up.
Oh, God. Yeah, hey, nothing's off the table when it comes to production. That's what it is.
For real. If you need
you
the good thwack of a dildo on a Titan snare, then that's just what you need, bud.
So in other words, I need to go with Truth. I need to give him a call. I need to go with him to Guitar Center, Hero, whatever he calls it. He's going to get his guitar and I'm going to get some drums because apparently I would be a fucking badass drummer.
You would.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just
Yep.
saying.
I think you would because you are everywhere at once, and so that requires a lot of coordination, in which I believe you have.
Plus, it's a good way to get aggression out. if you ever have that, drums are great for aggression.
No, I don't even get aggressive at all. I'm really sweet.
Oh, shut the fuck up!
I'm a Zen
Really,
type.
You spent the last 6 hours fucking hassling me in the fucking IG messages.
That's true. That's facts.
They gotta hide those messages.
Just laughs. in real.
Vanish mode. I just found out about it. I was like, Jesus.
Well,
They're
some
like,
of
there's
my
some shady
messages,
motherfuckers out there using that.
they are, and they like turn it off so it like disappears. I guess they're trying to be all sneakified, and I'm like full
Yeah.
send, man. Whatever the fuck I say,
Yeah.
it's out there. I'm not taking
Yeah,
it
I
back.
agree.
I might not want to have said it to someone, like I might be talking shit, but you know, I'd still say it to someone's face. Maybe I'm trying to be nice and not say it to their face and just talk to like my best friend about it. However, if they ever confront me, I know you said it. Well, fuck yeah, you're a clout chasing son of a bitch. You know, sure,
Clap,
Well-
chase,
I'll say it.
Clap chasing, yep.
clap chasing SOB.
On full circle now.
Sorry,
Yeah.
golf clap.
Golf clap.
I love it.
I need to go golfing. I miss golfing. I'm so
That's
bad
when you
at
get
it.
that's when you get the clap on the golf course.
Oh,
Oh man.
Shout out Obama.
I was gonna
Bama.
shout out Nick, but that was a little bit better.
Yeah. Well, to
Nick-
be fair, Trump probably would have been the better shout out there.
Doesn't he like live on a
Absolutely.
golf course?
I don't
He
know.
is a human golf course.
Oh,
First stage is orange. Next stage is green. Like, his skin tone's just gonna change every 10 years.
Absolutely.
It's gonna be
When
crazy.
I get the clap, it's a huge clap.
It's the biggest clap anyone's ever seen.
Dude, I still think my impression sounds like Smithers from
It
The
does.
Simpsons.
Yeah,
it
does.
didn't
I
until
can
you
see it.
said it.
Yeah.
Once you said it, that's what clicked. But before that, I was like, that's spot on. And then you said that, I'm like, oh no, that was Smithers.
I'm
great.
Donald.
Dude. Yep, I just saw his
That's
face
good.
in my mind. Yep.
No doubt. Me too.
Real. It's like I was there. So immersive. Oh my lord.
I'm in danger.
God, I'm dehydrated. Dude, I would.
How many drinks are you in? Jeez.
Dude. No, it was McDonald's, man. McDonald's messed me up. Took all my water out of my body. I hate
Yeah,
McDonald's.
that's a mistake before a podcast, bro. Rookie
Oh.
mistake.
Yeah.
Big time, Ricky.
Well,
Bobby.
I've
usually I
done
can-
that.
Like, hey,
Take
we're
it,
gonna
it's
let
just-
somebody else take the mic for a minute. You know, they need a spotlight. Gotta go.
Get back to your fries.
That's
You
usually
know?
me anytime I have to do anything important. It's like, oh yeah, time to use the restroom for an hour.
That's
That
that's
could go-
Taco Bell. That's Taco Bell.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Evacuate.
Well,
Dude, sometimes you got to run away from your problems, you know? That's
for real.
that's what
That's-
life has taught me.
You
Run away
guys
from
don't have a
problems.
ponchos, but if you had a ponchos, you would understand.
The smell rises.
That's the result in most people's cases, yeah. Can't handle that authentic Mexican cuisine, you know?
I know, right?
Wrecks the digestive system.
So authentic.
reminds me of a conversation I've had recently.
I don't know. You tell
I
us.
think me and Skulls were talking about barbecue pizza just fucking us up.
That'll
Oh
do.
yeah, you.
Yeah.
He sent me a video message. He was like, Be like, bro, you ever like eat somewhere and it's like you put your asshole on a timer?
Oh, that is going in the
Yeah.
keywords on this video.
Oh my god, bro. I was
Bro.
dying. I was dying. Yo, Chris sends me the stupidest shit and I'm constantly in tears. Like he dude, that survival, like I cannot overstate how much I was laughing at that survival arc video you sent me.
Oh yeah.
Just like
Hey,
he
speaking
collected
of
all the
truth.
poop in that game and he was just emptying it out of his fucking
Oh Lord.
out of his inventory, so it's just like giant boulders of shit just everywhere.
Dude, that's a great
yeah.
mechanic.
Yeah.
What's up, Truth? We spoke your name and here you are. We need to go to
God.
Guitar Hero together. I need to get drums. Apparently, I did
Guitar
good at 'em.
Hero.
And you need to get your guitar. And the cool kids
I'm
section.
telling you.
Wait, is Guitar Hero like the name of your music store, or are you actually playing Guitar Hero?
No, he says he's going to Guitar Hero to get his guitar. So
No,
that's what we're going
it's
with.
not Guitar Hero, it's Guitar Center.
We
Guitar
know
Center.
this.
Is that a thing in Wyoming?
No,
Is that a
no.
thing in the middle of nowhere?
We were wondering if there was a thing where you were, but no.
But you know
Maybe.
what? Truth and I could go to Guitar
No.
Hero or Center.
We had one in the mall. We did.
It was like
Do you have a
little-
mall
For
out
like
there?
2 months, we had a place called Guitar Hero.
2 months?
It's like, I remember that, like when I was in middle school, bro. That was crazy.
Oh my god.
Now we know
That's
where
so
Truth is going every time he says it. He
Yeah,
says,
yeah.
"Facts, I'm going tomorrow." Truth, I'm coming with you, man.
Headed
Bro,
to the
how you
mountains.
getting that transportation? That's crazy.
He says it's Guitar
Wait.
Hero.
I have a question I want to submit here, and like I've had a couple people ask me, where does the name Exhorter come from? How'd you
Oh,
come up with that?
shite. Let's talk about that if you want to. Well, actually, we was just in church this last Sunday jamming some jams.
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to bring somewhat of a gospel scene here. Hopefully that'll happen if ever. But it actually comes from the church. Exhorter is a role name that it's kind of like the preacher, but of the community. It's not the preacher himself, the man of God, the man devoted to the church. It's the man of the community. So it's someone who has that different perspective. When churches tend to be more about the people, you know what I mean, and not so much organized religion like mobster shit.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
for me, that name always was a big applicant because I'd grown up seeing different kinds of Christians. You know, you good Christians, you're really goody two shoes Christians. You know what I mean? And seeing the ugly side of all that. So I kind of wanted to adopt that name and kind of just point out contentiousness. That's what all my music basically points out, is kind of like contention in human beings and struggles I go through, you know, and how I try to overcome it. You know, it's having a positive message, but not willing or be willing to get dirty in the process.
Right.
That's the aspect that's not of the church. Like,
Right.
oh, I'll get dirty, you know what I mean? But
yeah.
at the same time, have that sort of 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
Yeah, that
mentality.
balance. Yeah,
Yep.
no doubt.
Wow, you thought about your artistry a lot more than I have. About mine.
Dude, hey.
Someone
my
just
name-
someone named me Skulls, and I was like, I guess I'm Skulls.
Hey, that's a great story, though.
Oh yeah, legendary.
Sometimes,
Legend, wait for it. Dairy.
especially if you get named by somebody, that's a great way. I love stuff like that.
See,
stories
I
where-
said the same thing. I said that before. I was like, I'm glad I didn't name me in a way. You know,
Right.
as much as I probably would have picked a different name, I'm glad I didn't name me because it's I don't know, it just feels right, especially when you make the music for people. It just makes sense to me.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But yeah,
and it
no,
makes-
I've never conceptualized my artistry. I just like, I don't know, like it's
you do what feels right.
I do what feels right, and it's weird. Like, do you guys ever get the sense that you had very little to do with your lyric writing?
Yes,
I've
like
gotten that a
something just
lot.
pushed the pen, even though it was you. It didn't feel like you.
Yeah, it's like you were there at the right time and some other force did it for you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Really?
I feel like that
I've
a
never
lot of times.
experienced that, but that sounds interesting.
I'll say like
Yeah.
like Ouija board is going in the description as well.
Ouija board. That's actually a really interesting way of putting it. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
honestly,
what it
that's
sounded
what it
like you were
feels like.
describing. Like when you said that, I kind of knew where
Yeah,
you were
no
going with
doubt.
it.
That's kind of a trip.
Oh, you just gave me a song idea. Let me go to the fucking.
Right? Let me pull out my notes real quick on my phone.
Yeah,
bro.
let me write this down. You know, it's
I love
my
how
idea.
nobody asked me how I got my name. Like no one even bothered.
How'd you get your name,
So-
Kat?
Oh, I thought Cat was your real name. No.
Because you're a pussy. No, I'm just
Oh my god, dude, bro. Truth, get him, get him.
I love you, Cat. You know I don't mean it.
I know, I
Hey
know.
man, that was PG. I mean, you say a lot of shit about me too.
I really do, but I keep it in the DMs, man.
I know,
Keep
I
it in
know.
the
You know I love you.
DMs.
I know. I love you too. Anyway,
Tommy.
my name, it is my name, but it's not my name. It's like a short. Of course, it's shortened for my name, but
Catherine.
yes. But the way it came about is weird because I always went by. I hated it. Don't ever call me Kathy. Don't ever call me Katie. Don't ever call me anything like that. Right? I didn't want it.
Yeah.
However, when I was like 13, AOL. Y'all remember the CDs, right?
Oh, yeah.
AOL
Absolutely.
screen name. For some reason, I don't know why. I was trying to come up with one. I suck at making screen names. Obviously, look at my name. And I put in Sniper Cat because I thought it sounded cool, right? Sniper Cat 07.
Serious.
Let's go. Okay. And so my dad, he was like, he lived in like another state at the time. He made Sniper Dad. You know, I was like, oh, that's cool. Anyway, so I had met a couple people in the Yahoo chats because, or not the Yahoo, the AOL chats, because remember that was a thing where it wasn't all like porn, and you could actually meet people in the area. And there was a guy named Eric, and we went to Old Settlers in Kansas. Okay, it's a thing they do every year, and we were gonna meet up at the fair. He only knew me as Cat because he shortened Sniper Cat to Cat, and he started calling me Cat, and everybody started calling me Cat, and no one would call me my real name anymore. It's ridiculous. So
You lost control.
that's
You
where it
made it
came
your
from.
identity.
But when
Yeah.
I got divorced, I claimed my name again. I'm like, no, you're gonna call me Catherine, like my business wise, and everybody calls me Catherine. But then online, it's like, come on now. And I wanted Cat. I was tired of trying to come up with a name, right? So that I just put like XX and then XX at the end, and here I am.
I should have gone with
Looks
my.
badass. I love it.
I should have gone with my Xbox game tag, Exotic Man Dancer.
I am not a furry. What in the hell, Jay?
I would have, bro. I would have clicked on you immediately.
Dang it! I'm missing the meta, man. I might have to do like some alternate releases under that name and see what happens. You know what I mean?
Like a nom de plume where you're just like, who is this person? Like the Masked Singer?
Yeah,
Right.
it's like when Stevie Wonder made that one album where it was his name backwards. Stevie Wonder.
Oh yeah, yep. That one.
I don't even know how to say it, but whatever
Yep.
his name is backwards. He made a fucking album that way, and then nobody listened to it the second they found out it was Stevie Wonder. They're like, yeah,
Right. I love that.
That's interesting.
Those
yeah.
double
That was an
music
interesting.
experiments.
Yeah, exactly. It was a weird
I forgot all
experiment.
about that. Yo,
Yeah,
back to
not a lot
that
of
point
people know
about
that.
back to that point about you talk about like the pen kind of pushing for you almost like you're not controlling it. That song you brought up, Till Death, when I wrote that was one of those songs. I was like, I kind of just let it roll, man. And
That's a long one too. So that's impressive.
for real.
must
I
have
actually like blanked out while I was writing it. I like looked at it. I was like, oh man, I gotta write this song. Oh, what's this? It's filled. My page is filled.
Honestly, even the first time me hearing that song, I can tell that that's the case because like the sincerity of the lyricism is just like, yeah,
Yep.
that didn't come from like a huge, super huge thought process, pen and paper, like no serious sort of grind. That was just like what you were thinking at the time on a piece of paper. Bam.
Yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes that's like the beauty of it. It's just you're capturing a moment in time, and that sincerity, it just resonates. I remember there was a line early on. I wish I could remember it, but it was like before the beat even dropped. There was a line you said, and I felt that shit. I was like, "Ooh, like god damn,
Right?
bro."
It tugs at
Yeah.
you. It's like, ooh.
Yeah, it's just for real. Like it was obvious it came from like a very like primal part of you.
Yeah.
no
And
doubt.
I don't know. That's the shit that I fucking love.
Me too,
know,
man.
Like being naked in audio form.
Just excited is just as exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. It's always exciting to be naked, obviously. I don't know. Heck yeah, man. But and then going back to like the name and stuff, like, yeah, it's cool to have a premeditated name like that, like Exhorter. And that's what I would like to be is that role of like kind of 1 foot in, 1 foot out, critical of both sides to make it work for the whole. But on the path to going there, I have to embrace like where I come from and how far is that journey to become that person. You know what I mean? So you got to give into that sincerity and just be vulnerable and don't
Yeah.
chase anything that's inauthentic.
And maybe that's what that is. Like, because I mean, I'm sure you've written down lines and you're like, no, that's just not
Absolutely.
it. Even if it's good, like it's like, no, that's not what I mean.
Yep.
It's that authenticity you're like after at the end of the day.
I love
Because I think,
revisions.
yeah, and it's like, I don't know, man. Like that's probably why I don't fuck with a lot of the mainstream stuff. It's just because I don't feel any truth in it. I
Yeah,
think at the
that's
end of the day, that's
entirely-
it. It's the truth, and it doesn't have to be like a truth. Like even if it's just your truth at that
Yeah.
moment, like I want to hear that,
Well,
and I
can
want to
tell when
hear
it's
you
just
say it
real.
like you mean it.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Um,
yeah, I mean that's the music I respond to. That's why I fuck with Rachel too. It's just like you could tell she means it when she says what she says. And
yeah, I've been peeping her stuff too lately. It's pretty
there's
dope.
bro, nothing more compelling than that to me.
I think
Sure.
a lot of people think that like you have to stick to a message or a lane, like you have to just stay in your lane and all this stuff. But there's moments, and of course you guys know, you might know who I'm going to bring up in this respect. I'm going to bring up somebody like Tom, right? So in the moment he writes a song like Balloons. I was like, oh my God, are you okay? You need help? What's happening? And he's like, and I remember he came out with a message. He says, in that moment, I went and wrote the song. I felt like that in the moment. That was that moment. And that's not this moment. And that's not every other moment. That just was how I felt at the time. And I wrote about it. And then he, released it, withdrawals, all that kind of stuff, So it's those moments. And then people, they tend to I'm saying in general, people like to dumb them down because like, oh, well, people aren't going to want to hear this. Or, oh, people are going to ask me, well, are you okay? Well, this is like a frozen moment in time. Music, anything that you guys record and put out there, it's that time. Like you can remix it all you want, but it's only that one time, right?
Right.
It's only that what you put out there that's why people's music evolves over time. That's why people change kind of the way they do things. They try new stuff. Some people go from, kind of genre hopping, for lack of a better way to put it. But in that moment, you might have been in your, Jonas Brothers bag.
What?
Skulls. And,
What? Could you repeat that, Cat?
I don't know.
Pussycat?
In another moment, you might be in your, NF place, or Exhorter might be in their they're doing jazz hands, or like, hey, let's do this.
Jazz
Absolutely.
hands.
Like they're
Dude.
or they might be like,
It's
"What's up,
almost-
motherfucker?" It could be whatever is feeling in the moment, but that's when those moments happen. Most people that I know don't write songs over a long period of time. They might jot down lyrics or whatever, but when it strikes them, they snap, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I might be
I think
wrong.
so,
I'm not
too.
an artist, so I'm just saying from what I've heard and the people that I know and that I'm really close with, this is what I'm gathering.
Oh, from all my experience, it's like driving a boat. Once you know which direction you're in, you take off.
Yeah.
And you're like
Exactly.
taking off into open seas, like emptiness, but you're just heading to something.
Yeah, you look at like the social situation of like, being vulnerable like that, and like you just explained, which is a good way to say it. Like, I feel like there's a lot of people nowadays that are scared of vulnerability and they like shame it because they know they're too weak to kind of do it. It's almost like the new explicit, like 20 years ago, people were just pushing the limits by saying whatever they want on the radio, like still saying cuss words on the radio. But now
Shout
it's
out
like,
Meredith Brooks and her song "Bitch," the first female vocalist that I ever heard that cussed like every other word.
yeah, there you go. Push the limit, man.
Exactly.
But that goes for like, emotionality too, and just kind of feeling the vibe. It's almost like that's shamed, to kind
Yeah,
of
you
pursue
want
that.
to. I think one reason why it might be too is because I think a lot of people can really show how many holes are in them and in their integrity, which
Mhm.
I think everyone is that way. You know,
To an extent,
I
yeah,
like to think
absolutely.
of us as kind of like we're sinking ships and we have a bunch of holes, and all we're trying to do is plug the holes.
Yeah.
And it's like you can really reveal your hypocrisies through being vulnerable. But the point of doing that is, I mean, at least for me, when I'm expressing myself, it's like the goal is to point them out so you know what the problem is so you can try to fix it.
No, don't look at the holes in the boat, man. You're living in a good boat. You don't have to be stronger.
Yeah, right. It's like that meme with the dog and like the fires all around
Yep.
them. Everything's fine.
Well,
Yeah,
the thing, okay,
absolutely.
so honestly, this is going to be like, I'm going to go off on a tangent on this, not very long one, very short one.
Know it.
Let's
There's
go.
that's the two way, right there is the two ways of looking at it. There's the people who look at the holes, that, that what your metaphorical vulnerability, right? You're looking at those and you're focusing on those. And there are those people that are standing like a Viking with their leg up like Captain Morgan who are like, fuck, what holes? I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Those are two different approaches. Where they're like, no, we're good. We're going to make it versus, hey, I want to focus on these because I think that these are what need to be heard. And then the people are like, no, I don't want to focus on that. I want to focus on going forward with it. And neither are wrong. Neither's wrong.
Right.
It just, is what it is.
All people need to be able to do nowadays, which everyone seems incapable of, is hear each other out. Does the other person's perspective directly affect you? Probably not. So why are you so offended by it? We all live different lives. We all have different ways that we see the world. So like, obviously live the way you want to live, think the way you want to think, but just don't shame other people because they have a different perspective,
You just
Exactly.
described this channel. That's the speech I give almost every single time. Literally, that's the speech I give every time.
Yeah.
Like it's
It's
in the
aggressive
description.
support.
We have no problem offending you. In fact, we're here for that. Let's go. Because we can all do it respectfully without being assholes to each other. And I don't have to like what you say. You don't have to like what I say. You don't have to agree with me. You could be like, what the fuck do you know? And I could be like, well, what the fuck do you know? And we could be like, and we just move on. So it's
Yeah,
just,
see, I mean, see, my instinct is more like, I don't understand you. So why do you think the way you think?
Right.
Like,
that's where
why don't we explore each other a little bit more rather than judge each other?
Right.
Because I think people make pretty shitty judges, and that's where that whole idea came from of
Hey.
like God. It's like we need something outside of us to be the judge because we make shitty judges.
Yeah, they
I'm
shut
a
off
good
at the first
judge.
sign of contention and they don't take it any further. It's like,
I'm a
no,
really
dig
good
into this a
judge.
little bit.
Coles, you
It's
said
like-
that yourself. I'm a good judge. Damn it.
Wait, who? What?
You said I
Wait,
was a
Judge
good
Judy?
judge.
Oh yeah, no, you're a great judge. Not a great judge.
No, you're absolutely right. I mean, I'm sorry. I keep getting distracted by the chat and truth. Fucking love you, dude.
What up, chat?
And he's been nonstop and just dropping little one-liners in the chat. He's doing what Nick usually does too.
Oh.
Now he actually said something that isn't like Pornhub-ish, and so people always want to be right. That's correct. People do always want to be right. However,
Yeah.
what's right?
You'll
for
always
you,
be right to you,
Yeah,
Well,
but that's
yeah. I mean,
not to the
being-
other guy.
well, let's say this: being right is a moving target because you can never be right. All you can do is be less wrong.
Yep. And the target's
Yeah.
different wherever you're standing.
Yep. And also, there's a lot of things if you're talking about certain things. I mean, like it can be based on your experiences too. I mean, there's lesser truths, I guess. And there's not a cookie cutter blanket statement truth. I think there's just your truth at the end of the day. And
That's all it
the
is.
it's like you can, like, there's things that everyone shares in terms of their truth that makes it that connects us, but there's no absolute truth. It's just it is what it is.
Yep.
And
You just
perspective
gotta have
matters.
respect for others.
It's perspective, and it's everything subjective. And I hate saying that sometimes because it depends on the context you're talking. But music is absolutely subjective. For me,
Yeah.
I can listen to a song that says "respect is my currency," and the first thing I think of is literally like, if you're gonna pay me anything, you're gonna pay me respect. That's the first thing I think of when I hear that.
Exactly.
Right.
Right? And so you can get into it and say, look, this is what this means. This is what you can dive into it. You give me the cliff notes on it. But when it comes down to it and I hear it, that's the first thing that pops in my head. And that's how that's the tone I hear it in to start. Now, whether it changes throughout the song, that's different. However, I can hear something like, for example, cliche, and I don't understand that there's always like a backstory, what's in an artist's head and their mind at that moment. That's why it's always about that moment. Like we were saying before, it's like something you just write it just is what it is. And you have to put those moments out there because you might not be in that moment 10 days from now, but at that time it made sense. And there are people that are out there that are going to say, oh my God, that makes sense to me. And it might not actually. And what's funny is my favorite thing is when somebody goes, I heard what you were talking about. However, that's not how I took it whatsoever. Well, that was a good one. Whatsoever. I didn't take that way whatsoever, right? I took it in a completely different context, but it still resonated with me. So for anyone to sit there and say, well, this is the only context that you can take it in, and that's where fan bases fuck shit up right there.
Yeah.
They throw people
Yeah.
off by bitching, and especially in the reaction community.
Gatekeepers.
They piss people off because they're like, look, no, this is the backstory and this is what it's about, right? And if they were like,
Fuck
well,
that.
wow, this resonated with me this way, and they're like, oh, you're wrong. It was actually about their father's, ex-brother's dog. Okay, well, I'm sorry. It reminded me of my sister. Like, excuse the fuck out of me. It's all subjective, and that's artists that can't handle that. And, oh, no, you have to listen to it the way I want you to listen to it. They don't do well. At
Well,
least in
I
this
think
space.
I think that's where like there's an abstract nature of what the song means. And then there's physical manifestations of that. And I think like really, really great songs are where they really thrive in the abstract nature. So people can get all these different physical manifestations of that abstract nature out of it. And that's what makes songs really timeless.
Yeah, people don't like having their hand held the whole way through. It's not fun. It's just,
Yeah.
it's a linear experience, A to B. All right, what's next?
Yeah.
You want, dude. I get nerdy with my music shit, and I tell you what, there's been so many times I've released music and I've come back to it and like reanalyzed it, or maybe I've had to relearn like a keyboard part, and just found like certain timing with the lyrics or whatever, like had meaning that I didn't even intend to put there in the first place, and it's like, oh man. Yeah, I didn't even catch that, and I'm the one who wrote it. So like, God knows what else is out there.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that I never thought of that. Holy shit. Now I'm scared.
Yeah.
No, with
Dude.
my song Cliche, I sat down and I was like, I want to write a song, like a breakup song. And I wrote it. And bro, like 3 weeks after I wrote it and I was listening to the mix, trying to figure out the mix and everything, I was listening to it in my car and I realized, I was like, holy shit, this is about my cousin. And I didn't even realize it. Like the entire personality that I was describing in the song is about my cousin.
I did listen to that. I actually kind of caught the vibe that you were mentioning someone like closer to you and whatnot. So that's cool that you didn't even know that it
But
was
it
like
comes- it-
specific.
But it totally comes across like this breakup song. But I mean, like that's why I kind of didn't want to use like I don't even know if I used a she in there, but I didn't want to use he or she's. I think I tried to use more yous than anything
Mhm.
because I wanted it to be abstract like that.
Because
And
when you made it, you probably were feeling an emotion rather than a specific scenario. And so,
yeah, and it was like I wanted to write about that, but I didn't know yet until I realized it. Then I was like, holy shit, I wrote it about him. Because
Mhm.
I mean, it's describing everything. It's so weird when you kind of like surprise yourself like that. It's like, oh, I
Yeah,
meant to write
totally.
this song, but I ended up writing this song.
Well, the brain does so much for us that we have no idea.
Yeah.
It's just doing
Oh, which by the way, that kind of cracked me up earlier when I was trying to write in my song ideas Ouija board, and I wrote wedgie board. So
yeah.
That works too. Like,
Yeah.
let's go
Dude.
that route. Do it in a Cartman voice. Like,
the wedgie board.
Well, what were they thinking when they spelled the word? Oiji
Right.
board? What, or oija?
Oiji.
Oija. Like, no, bro,
Rouge.
respell that.
Yeah.
English be dumb sometimes,
well, it wasn't English. That's the point.
That's true, but like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely like
See, I love this dude. He just
Wrong.
conceded. He was like, "No, you're right."
yeah, 100%.
You know how? See, it's not hard, people. You can be wrong sometimes, and it's okay.
Oh,
it's actually
dude,
fun to be
You know?
wrong.
I love humiliation.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
great.
My
You can
favorite
have all of
thing.
it and leave me the fuck out of it.
Dude, I got you.
I hate being publicly like embarrassed. I can't stand it. It's like my biggest fear is to like look like a complete idiot in front of a bunch of people. Now, online it's a little bit different because it's like I love y'all, but so
Yeah.
I kind of I can
There's a
I don't
window
need you to
there.
make me look like an idiot. I can do that very well all by myself. Like
Yeah.
let me own that. Like I like April Fool's Day, I usually accept that now I work in like billing departments. I can't ever call off. I used to always call off on April Fool's Day. I would never work because I didn't want the stupidos that I work with to, pull pranks on me and embarrass me. I hate it. So I'm not this going on stage type person. I'm, that's not for me. However, I have no problem running my mouth, obviously.
Yeah.
And it's like if I could literally put my thoughts into like, I don't know, lyrical form, that would be awesome, but I have too many. It would be like a Bohemian Rhapsody or like a Meatloaf song every time.
Right.
It would just go on and on and on while I rant.
No, I feel you. But it's different, like dealing with conflict personally than it is online, and that's one of the things I love. My mom used to try to embarrass me all the time back in the day, and it just wouldn't work. You know what I mean? Like I feel like some of the best stories and situations are birthed out of just conflict. You know what I mean? Like it, and it could be good chaos, bad chaos, whatever. But you can always take something from it.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that is the truth. I
Yeah.
remember Bill Burr was talking about like how he went to he went somewhere. I forget exactly where it was, but basically he was an all black crowd and he was trying to tell jokes and everything, and just nobody was laughing. And just like after he told a joke, there's just this older black woman in the crowd, and she just it's crickets. It's so quiet, and you just hear her go, "I ain't laugh yet." And like when I heard that, like I felt that in my gut, the embarrassment, but but it was hilarious at the same time.
It's a funny story, even though it's a horrifying experience.
Yeah, yeah. Life's funny like that, though. It's it's the two extremes at the same time. A lot of the time.
Mindset, are you talking about like the whole Ouija thing where he's like, I love it, my furniture is suddenly rearranged. Sometimes I get a little bit out of shape. I feel like that's a Ouija board comment. I'm not 100% sure. Or unless you've got somebody ninja sneaking up into your house. Because I would be pissed.
Hey,
I want a
Brooke,
wedgie board. I really want a wedgie board.
Oh my god, so like you just pick, like you would put all the names, like a guess who, right? And then you would like go through this process and like flip down the faces, and whoever's left would just randomly, wherever they are in the world, just get this fucking super wedgie.
Yeah. It's like a voodoo doll.
Wedgie note,
Yes.
bro.
Like a voodoo doll.
sticking it-
Literally
instead of
like, and then they're just like, ah,
Oh
like
my
in
God.
public where they
Sticking a
can't.
pin and you just pull up the panties.
That would be so freaking hilarious, honestly. Like this has to become a skit or something.
Yeah.
Now that's a religion I can get behind.
I can actually picture somebody doing a skit like that where they do this and they're like, and then you just see them go, and then like dig for.
Literally.
It's so bad. Oh my god.
Like some guy's just sitting there like at a really important job interview that's gonna like secure his entire future, and he's like, "So what makes you so important, or what makes you feel like you're the best for this job?" And like right before he opens his mouth, he just gets
broken pelvis.
lifted like 2 feet off of his chair in the most brutal wedgie like ever.
No, Jay, I understand. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying who's rearranging his furniture though. That's what I want to know. Like, inquiring minds need to know. It doesn't
It's a
matter
mystery.
if you can see or not see. The fact is that if someone's coming and fucking with your furniture, is it like the spirits, or is it like a crazy ex-girlfriend, or is it like, I don't know,
Check the attic.
parents? Like, I used to have my son's father's family. Shout out if you're listening, which they're not. I guarantee it. Annette knows who I'm talking about, but she just left. So they would come into the place that I was staying at the time when I was split up from my ex-husband, and I came home one day from work. They had keys, God knows why. And I came home and my lamps were gone, and there was these god-awful, like the kind that were like gaudy and like golden and had these huge ass shades on them, and like these weird bird picture on the wall. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, we brought you some things. I tripped out for like a good solid 12 hours before I figured out that they'd come in there and sniped my shit and put some random ass stuff in my house. It was
You gotta love when
tripping
people
out.
try to do something nice, but it's like, dude, you got the live, laugh, love taste. I don't want that decor in my house. You're fucking up my feng shui, you know what I mean? Like,
Hey Des, I see you, and I saw what you said, and I appreciate it. And tell him I said hi, and thank you for doing that. And I'll go try to check it if it's still up when I'm done. Okay. XMC
Okay,
is
you okay?
live, and so he was doing my request, and I can't obviously.
Oh. Let me go like his stream while I'm thinking.
He's
of
like,
it.
you can. I'm just saying.
show the man some love, you know?
I literally, this sounds so stupid, and this might be completely off base. And I try really hard. And actually, my daughter called me out on this. She's like, why are you trying to relate to something that has nothing to do with you? And I'm like, because there are people that are listening for, in this specific case, that aren't artists, okay? That get what people are saying, but they kind of want to have a relatable, to like link them up to it, if that makes sense. So, for example, I kind of fly by the seat of my pants. Obviously, in this podcast, that's what I do. I say what I want to say, and sometimes it makes sense, and sometimes it doesn't. However, it's in the moment, right? And so when you guys are talking about writing, how it just happens, that's how all these podcasts happen. They just happen. The subjects happen, what we're talking about happens, what I go off about. Sometimes you hear me stop in the middle. I'm like, wow, what the fuck am I? And I try to recover, and I don't always make it. However, I can see that, like, when you guys say that you just kind of go for it, this might not be the same type of art that y'all are doing, but on the flip side, a conversation can be art. Like, the content itself.
Yeah, so what you're saying is you're possessed.
No, what I was saying is truth's gonna fuck you up if
Demon.
you keep talking shit, dude. That's what I'm saying.
Demons in the house.
Bro, I'm gonna stick my other bro on you. That's what's gonna happen. Truth, get him. You're flying up there to do the video anyway. Get him.
We
Get him for
condone
me.
violence here, okay?
Especially if we can like straight up watch that shit.
All violence all the time.
No, Jay, it does not mean I'm creative. It just means that I gives no fucks and I just say what I want. And I'm saying that artists need to say what the fuck they want in the moment when it strikes them and not worry about what other people think. That's kind of what I was going for. So thank you for letting me clarify it.
Well, it's cool that you like surround yourself with situations and conversations that you aren't familiar with, because I mean, being tolerant and understanding of shit that ain't your home base is how you grow as a human being.
Yeah.
Like, you got to do that, man. That's healthy, even if you're
Especially as an
lost.
artist. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. You know,
Yes.
people get so mad, okay? People get mad. Let's say that they play, and I talk about like reactions and stuff, but even if I list, it doesn't matter. If someone's like, oh, they sound like so-and-so, there's a limit to that, right? there's a limit to saying, oh my God, they're ripping off so and so, or versus they're trying to kind of find something that they already know, right? In order to, in their brain, like Rachel said, like map that pathway to understanding. Okay, so this sound, I don't know what it is. However, it reminds me of this, and this is something I like. So when people get all butthurt because people compare them to others, that's not really the right way to go about it, because usually they're trying to map them to something they actually like. And so
Yeah, yeah. I
that's
mean,
a
there's no
positive thing.
better way to understand something than to use a reference to kind of line it up with. It just helps you understand something better.
Yeah.
Probably because we think in concepts. So if we have a concept of someone already, then we can kind of put that person in a box and have kind of an archetype already for them, and then we can and then once you have them in that archetype, you can start exploring them a little bit more and pushing them outside of that archetype.
Well, people don't tend to dive into something they don't understand. I mean, some people do that. It takes a certain type of person. But I'm talking about the general public. Generally, I'm that person that goes to Burger King or McDonald's, and I literally order the same thing every time, because if it works, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Like, I go to the same
There you
place to
go.
fix my car because I haven't had a problem, and I don't care if there's a special over there. I don't want to try and find it. I don't care. I just want it to go there, know it's going to work, and I'm going to walk away. Like, that's what I want. So,
Yeah.
in all honesty, like, to try to, I don't know if I'm making any sense with what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, if there's something that you appreciate and that you like, you should affiliate it with that. You shouldn't be mad that somebody puts you in a box. Not talking about you guys, I'm saying in general, because I hear people, oh my God, they did that all the time.
No, it makes perfect sense actually. I give a lot of music lessons right now. And one of my biggest complaints with all my students that I talk about is like giving lessons to somebody who has no culture. And when you're trying to inspire them because they want to play drums or whatever, but they've never experienced any iota of anything outside of their like very limited circle, like you can tell their family aren't music fans. They just kind of listen to whatever's on the radio, and thus they have like a harder perception of trying to understand those good musical things. So you have to almost create an art in navigating teaching someone those things. Like, okay, this is funk. What's the closest thing to funk that you have? Let's go to that. Like, let's go to your dad rock and find the closest thing to funk, and then I'll kind of like ease in, maybe a little bit of James Brown, because obviously they've heard that. If you haven't heard James Brown, like, you may not know him by name, but you know who he is. You've heard a couple of his songs, and then ease him into like Graham Central Station. Like, you have to almost, in order to teach that as well and teach yourself that, have a gauge of what direction to go. You know what I mean? Funnel it through those little avenues. And if it's not relatable, then you'll never explore that other culture that's out there if you don't have an interest to anyway. So
And the funny
Yeah,
thing
it's
is, Pat and I were just talking about that the other night with getting reactors to react to your guys' stuff. And yeah, start them off with what they know and what they're familiar with. And you guys have
Yeah.
songs of so many different things, like, and then they can explore from there.
No, exactly.
sure.
And what, if you guys couldn't hear what Chris said, is that we had this conversation the other night about like getting people to react, for example, to like Exhorter. It's specifically to, I'm literally going to use Truth as an example. So when I pick a song, let's say I know multiple songs from an artist that I want to introduce him to, I want to put onto his channel. Sorry, I'm reading the chat. So let's say I'm going to do that. I know that Truth is a rapper, right? He likes he likes the vibe factor, right? He wants the vibe. He wants either the vibe, the lyrics, or something's got to just snag him, right? He's really, and whether he agrees with me or not, that's how I see it. So when I go to pick something, I'm going with that for the introduction the best that I can. And then from there, if he's like, oh, well, I want to hear more, I can go with something else. But that's the point, is trying to find something that just is going to grab the attention. There are other people who are metal based, so you're not going to go with the, excuse me, the full on like rap hip hop. You're going to go with a different vibe with that person. Right. In order to introduce somebody, because it's that familiarity. It's, like I said, building that pathway between what they know and something new, so that they're accepting of it. You have to open up that pathway for them. That's the whole thing. And I don't always succeed. Sometimes I fail. I'm usually pretty fucking good at it, but not always. However, truth, just letting you know, you've played that damn song that you hated, like you didn't hate, but you were like, kind of, poking at, like 85 times. So tell me I was wrong. Anyway, moving on. It's the absolute truth. Like, if I'm going to introduce you guys to somebody and it's going to be like they listen to more like jazzy stuff, or they listen to more older stuff, or they listen to like, they're the people who do all the different genres. I'm not necessarily going to hit them with the hardest bars that you guys got.
Absolutely.
Or the biggest, shredding that you're going to do. Like, it's not going to happen, right? Mm-hmm. I'm not going to introduce a hip-hop head to you guys with, more guitar than bars. Like, it just is what it is, and you have to be able to maneuver that and know your audience. And by doing that, you can say, okay, this person likes these different boxes. They like these different people. And that's that whole thing, again, of how we put everybody these labels. They're kind of sort of like in this genre, sort of kind of, right? And as much as that, like I said, it pisses people off. So, I'm myself. You don't put me in a box. No, I'm going to put your ass in a box. Otherwise, I'm not going to get you heard. I'm sorry.
Exactly. And I actually had a song of mine that I kind of initially felt restrictive against because it blew up and it's still my most popular song. It's called "Don't Touch My Dick." It's a banger, but it's funny. And like at first it blew up after I had written all these more meaningful songs. And I mean, it's a song about getting groped being a bouncer. Like it sucks. It's not too depth ridden though. It's just kind of a funny, simple take on it. But like initially I was like, man, I wish that, something else would have blown up of mine rather than that. But then I just thought to myself, like, no, if the comedy rap is the first thing that grabs somebody's attention, then I'm going to lean into it. I'm going to lean into whatever people like, because that's what we have to do as creators. We have to find that connection to you as a listener otherwise. Absolutely. So now when I listen to artists, I was going to say,
shout out Champagne Rain. I know she's getting out of here. Tip $15. Great podcast, sis. Got to run. I appreciate you coming through. I know you missed the last one. I'm so glad you're here tonight. Go ahead.
Shout out Champagne. Shout out. You killing it, Champagne.
Champagne.
But that's why, like, when I listen to new artists, I always go to their streaming profile. I listen to 15, 20 of their songs before I make a decision, because I know that my mood is going to depend, like my mood is definitely going to decipher whether I like this or not. So I might as well give myself as many different spots from this artist to see what I do like, you know what I mean, before I make a decision not to pursue listening to them anymore. Because a lot of people are more versatile now, like, and you have more people who are more creatively driven, wanting to explore other styles and cultures, and it furthers kind of the skill gap of creativity. But at the same time, if you give people more of a chance, you don't have to like everything by them, like you guys are saying. It's just, more, you're going to find that most creators are like that, that not everybody has the same sound all the way through.
Right.
Well, there goes truth. I need to hear that song ASAP. See, there you go. You got him.
Right
there, you got him. See, me, I would have been like, yeah, I'm not going to start with that one. Like, I'm legit going to just skip over it, because I just, okay.
Yeah, you got truth like that guy got your dick.
Wait, was it a guy or a girl? I mean, does it matter?
What
yeah,
was,
actually it does. That? Please explain.
Oh, yeah, okay. So yeah, that was, I was working as a bouncer for like 5 years between Boston and here Casper. And it was just a common thing that, like, these drunk, dumbass, and I will say it, these drunk, dumb bitches, like they just feel like they can grab whatever they want. Like they'll just come up to you, like you're just trying to watch the crowd. I'm not trying to associate with nobody because I don't even want to be here. And you're just coming up, grabbing my crotch out of nowhere. Like, stop it.
Hey, honey, what you packing down there?
Especially the violent cougars. That's a problem here. I don't know if it is everywhere, but
Hey.
violent cougars are killing me, bro.
I am not violent.
That happened to me at a bar once when I was like fucking 19. Some old lady just grabbed my ass while I was sitting on a pool table. I'm like, what the fuck? And then I looked at her and I was like, what the hell are you doing? And she was so drunk, she just looked at me, turned around, and walked away. I was like, okay.
She's like, I can't believe I just did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was like, yes.
Or was she like, I
scary.
thought there'd be more there. Sorry.
Yeah, it was just really bizarre.
Or maybe she just touched the best ass she's ever touched in her life, and she was just completely speechless.
You have to go like pound the drums.
She's like, I can't compete. I gotta leave.
Yeah, she's like, see you later. I gotta
Let's
do
work
something
that
about
snare.
this tension.
Absolutely. Oh my goodness, dude. Honestly, like that was a big thing of psychology. Working bouncing was like just studying people and how they interact with each other. It was crazy, man.
See, Skulls is all into psychology. I'm into sociology. Like he cares about like the way the mind works, and I'm more like what social like concepts and constructs made people think that this was okay or this was how it needed to be. What caused this to be a thing, right? I'm all about that. So, I mean, at this point, it's kind of a free-for-all in the world. I don't know. Literally don't go anywhere. Have a good night, Truth.
The truth. Thanks for dropping by.
He says he's looking forward to hear y'all's music, so we're gonna make sure that we get that to him. Not a problem.
Thank you, Truth, Carlin.
But I'm more concerned about like socially, like so if you're a bouncer, like usually bouncers used to be off limits, like you don't touch them, they're scary, like you don't mess with them, right? But now it's socially acceptable to do stuff like that, just like it's acceptable to go online and be like a keyboard warrior and be an asshole to people for no fucking reason, just because you had a bad day, you didn't wipe your ass quite right, like whatever. It drives me crazy. Like there's no way to do sociology anymore because it makes no goddamn sense. But psychology, we're all fucked up now. And the thing is that you made a song based on someone touching your dick. I mean, I'm a female. Like, I got a bunch of fucking songs for y'all, okay? It's called The Crazy Eyes to my girls in the club. Like, bitch, come save me from this suction cup motherfucker behind me. Like, pretend you're lesbian, let's go. Like,
That is so disturbing.
It was always a big problem when I worked bouncing was dealing with the creepers. Oh
Yeah.
man.
they just come up and they're like,
God.
like they're just, you're like,
that's
leeching
weird.
on your ass. You're like, stop, get off me.
Yeah. Seeing that level of desperation is scary,
It is
honestly.
absolutely scary.
Like, I have control over the human, but just the mentality and the whole approach, it's like, man, you are fucked up. Like, and people think, and people will say that that's normal. It's
Yeah.
like, no, not
Yeah.
normal.
Do you guys get like, you guys play live, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm thinking Roadhouse, like for some reason, because you're in BFE, right? I'm thinking there's like Roadhouse vibes with like the cage and the bottles and shit.
Dude.
Not quite, but I mean, you're so close.
Please,
what they
please,
wish.
I want to hear. I want to know. Like, what is the craziest things that's happened that when you were live? Like, I don't care if it was someone that like was like screwing on a table in front of you, or if they like rushed you and stole your drums, or if they shoved your drumstick up their ass, or if they like plucked your guitar. I don't know. I'm just curious.
I used to play for a metal band. I actually still kind of fart around with them every once in a while. Their name is Iron Asylum. But one day we were playing a show. This guy comes up to me while I'm mid song on the drum kit, and it's actually this guy's birthday. He's like,
Oh fuck.
he's just going crazy. He's drunk and it's his birthday, right? So he's like just begging me to fucking pour beer down my throat while I'm playing the drums. I'm like, no, please don't. He won't get out of my face. So I'm like, all right. go ahead.
I guess
Just
get a chug
yeah,
of this
just
beer.
go ahead and give me some of this beer. So I get about half of it down, and I start to burp on it. I ran into the women's restroom mid-song and just threw it all up.
My God.
And then like all of the women who were in the area, they went into the restroom, and like 2 or 3 of them threw up as well. It was just a big chain reaction of puke, and it was amazing.
It's like The Exorcist, bro.
But I mean, people will get crazy. It's like, dude, don't fucking try to pour beer down my throat. What happened? He tries, and I just throw up everywhere. Yeah,
God damn.
brutal
That's fucking
shit.
awesome. That's what I was hoping for. That's exactly what I was going for. I was hoping for like fucking crazy stories. Let's go.
Well, there's quite a few more probably. Well,
yeah.
I've seen people get married at shows or engaged. That's not really super crazy, but I mean,
It's just weird.
people are willing to do
I've
a
had
lot of
that
shit
before too. We played the Prudential Center up at Boston one year, and there was like an engagement party that was happening, and it was like we were playing, but no one was really paying attention. But we were definitely like a featured spot,
Yeah.
so it really didn't make sense, like the whole vibe of it, and people just kind of like carried on like it was normal, and I don't know. But then like I remember during that show, like it started off seeming like a classy event, like, you know, suit and tie, whatever. And they hired a hip hop group. But then later on, nah, bro, ties came undone. Some dude tried breakdancing and like
Got
almost
stinky
broke
up in
his neck off the side of the stage. Like, just when people start doing acrobatics around the stage, that always gets me concerned. 'Cause I'm like, don't break my shit,
Right.
please. I'm not that kind of rock star. I like my guitar in one
That is
piece,
fair,
you know? Hate that shit.
I would hate that job. I'm so bad at dealing with belligerent people.
Oh, dude.
I just get belligerent as a response.
Antagonize the antagonizer.
It's just like if
feel that.
someone yells loud noises, I yell louder noises. That's
I
it.
have the microphone.
Sometimes that's what you got to do, especially when you're dealing with like a drunk bastard. You know, like you just got to match their energy, or else they'll fucking.
Yeah,
keep
it's
on
just
going.
it's like just chest beating at that point, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
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 That shit's crazy.
And again, back to cougars. I've had a lot of cougars try to grind up on me while I'm playing, and that's the worst.
Dude, biker bars are bad.
Yeah.
They're really bad.
I had one. She was like trying to kind of twerk on me, but she was like half awake. And then she just turned around and burped in my face. And I was like, what the fuck? Man, get up off of here. I'm like, security.
That's rude, man.
That's so
About the
hot.
Valhalla kicker. You know, 300
That
kicker
was
off
me.
the stage, bro.
I was waiting for it to be like, "Oh, that was fucking hot."
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
so hot.
Yeah, after the show. No, I tore it down.
Like,
It's like, no, after the show, I would have been totally down for that. But during the show, like, you can't have you disrespect me like that, man. Not on stage.
I
Dude, old
It's just
drunk
belch in
bikers.
someone's face. But
Oh God,
I'm
saggy
sh-
biker titties, bro. It's
Oh,
horrible.
dude, it's
You ever see both the boobs just like go right around the back of the lady while she's driving the bike? You know.
Oh yeah, that old lady used to ride around
Yeah,
on
yeah.
a scooter.
so
We
her
had-
her like boobs were like a seatbelt.
Basically,
Basically, yeah, like her tips would reach around her armpits, and like basically nipples would touch each other on around the back. It was crazy.
Fucking
And then we
hit
had the
it or
moped
click.
shit.
Hit it or ticket.
Yeah.
Did it or ticket?
God, yeah. They
No,
got excited
exactly.
when that free the nipple thing happened, man.
Yeah.
It was they were celebrating.
Yeah, a lot of them were. It was nice to see some celebrating.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't deny there was some celebrating that was like, all right, just celebrate on, you know, like cheers.
Absolutely. Scary sight, man.
I'm fucking envious.
I
No.
think she did pass away.
Oh, that's a
yeah.
bummer.
Yeah, I think she did.
Rest in peace, saggy titty lady.
Yeah, I
Oh,
forgot
wow.
her name.
that got dark real fast.
I know. You said you like dark stuff, Kat.
Did they have to bury her on her side?
Not a tank top though, because that shit would be everywhere.
God.
They probably just aired them up and sent her to heaven, right?
Oh my god! I can picture it.
In the arms of the angels.
With like these
She just
balloon
fucking floats
boobs,
away.
and she's lifting
Like-
up like Lil Nas X on his fucking pole, but backwards,
Yeah.
like going up to the sky.
Like cape drapery, dude. Oh my god.
Like Metal Gear, like Metal Gear Solid.
So this is off topic, but Taylor went to go see Journey in Colorado tonight.
Okay.
Guess who else is there?
Who?
Toto.
Toto. Oh, dude.
Oh,
Da,
yeah.
da, 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 da.
Yeah.
The
absolutely.
only good
That's
song
crazy.
ever. Like, do you know? I'm sure you guys know this. I'm sure everyone knows this. Do you know they play that song 24/7 in the middle of a desert in Africa? Like, it literally, like, they have a whole setup in the middle of nowhere where they're playing that song on a loop, like solar powered. Always.
That is amazing. That is honestly the best news I've gotten all week. I'm so excited.
I can
Just as
literally
important
Google it
as, like,
after,
satellites,
after we're
bro.
done. I can Google that shit and I will send it to you on Instagram. I will send you a
Please,
link.
please do. Honestly, that sounds fucking awesome.
Fuck national defense. I want goddamn place soundtracks.
Yeah.
Like scenery soundtracks all over the world. If I'm driving by a waterfall, I want to hear a song called Waterfall just
No,
blasting
no,
out
no.
in the
Are you
street,
telling me
bro.
like you want to go like Borders bookstore where you walk in there and you hear all those like ambient music that you have to push the button,
Absolutely.
check out like the throat singing and you check out like the crickets chirping and shit.
Oh, I remember that shit. Oh my god, that's crazy.
Yeah. You got to have like 3 of them going at the same time in near proximity, so it just is like disorienting and
Mind
scary.
blowing. Like, what is happening to me right now? Like, it's almost
If you're
like
on
you're like
drugs,
getting,
you're fucked.
exactly, you're blowing up. Like it's like if you're on Molly and you're just like, you know that. Never mind. Never mind. I shouldn't
Right.
have said that. I don't know if y'all know what I'm talking about. If you
Yeah,
know,
where's your
you know. Just saying.
What was that, Chris?
No.
Say, Kat, where's your mom?
Where's your mom?
She is not in the head. She's not just live here, and she is not in the chat right now.
Dude.
She
Yo,
knows that
y'all-
I've done some stupid shit, okay? But yeah, if anybody knows what I'm talking about, let me, hit me up in the DMs. You know what I'm saying?
Chat, get your grandmas on, dude. We're trying to hit all demographics, okay? I'm trying to get with your grandmas. Let's go.
Trying to hit.
Oh my god, that post. I didn't know whether
the
to be
DM.
scared or laugh or like I was very concerned. I didn't know what to think. I ended up with the laugh, but I was like, what? Wait, what?
Martha Stewart's still out there, bro. If Martha Stewart's still
No,
out there
Snoop's
killing
got
it,
her.
I'm still open for business, you know?
No, Snoop's got her. Like you don't have a chance, man. Sorry.
Open.
You never know. You never
No.
know.
It's Snoop.
That's all
Trying
I'm
to
gonna
get
say.
on the View and bang someone.
Oh god, I don't think I can go with them. No.
Yeah,
That is a good one.
I don't think you'll like the View.
Hey,
No.
Skulls, you can have Whoopi. You're welcome.
Have you heard
Wait,
Martha
what?
Stewart try to spit a few bars with Snoop?
Who?
I have not.
Oh
It's pretty-
god.
pretty funny.
I just know she's like secretly gangsta, like
yeah,
for
she
real.
absolutely is.
Who?
She's got some crazy eyes.
Martha
Martha
Stewart.
Stewart, like she'll cut
Oh
you.
my god, have you seen her on the roast like of Justin Bieber? Oh my fucking god.
I have
was-
not actually.
It
Oh
is
my god,
spooky.
you have to watch the roast of Justin Bieber. It is epic. And the roast of Bob Saget.
Bob Saget, I've seen that one.
Bill Saget.
I know.
like that.
Why'd you gotta call me out? I already corrected myself.
trying to
Justin
think what-
Bieber. That one was fucking epic. It was great.
Dude, yeah.
I'll have to check that out. Does she totally just tear into Bieber like crazy or what? Does she go off? Cause like sweet little Martha Stewart. I mean,
She got old lady energy though.
does she?
Like,
She's got like that southern like I'll roast the shit out of you.
Oh, it's a
kinda-
very like subtle but sadistic vibe.
I
And
got
it's
you, I
like,
got
oh
you.
man, like I'm kind of into that, Martha. What's your number?
right. Get at me.
Could I have your number?
Teach me how to cook, yo. I like.
Why don't
the
you
kitchen.
come over and bake me some chocolate chip cookies?
yeah.
Well, preheat the oven, you know.
I'm already hot and ready, you know. Yo, just dedicate this podcast to Martha Stewart, please. Like,
Well, you know that's going in the title now. Martha
Yes.
Stewart. Exhorter.
I have done it. Gotta, you know,
She
love
was
spawns
fire.
creativity. You know.
She was talking some shit. It was very like like she was reading lines, but it was fucking epic. And then she like went on like a show with like Snoop Dogg. I don't know, it was weird. It was great.
It was like her element, though. Like her
Oh,
and
yeah,
Snoop
I'll
is
check
just
it out.
like the chillest vibe.
I don't understand any of that. Tarzan cheeks. Yeah, I feel that.
Wait, the name's
Wait,
Tarzan
what?
Cheeks?
No.
Oh.
Oh, dang it.
Which I have a problem as someone who's studied anatomy. I have a problem with that picture.
I think
You can't
everyone has
clench-
a problem with that picture.
Bruh, you can't clench your butt cheeks when your hips are flexed. It's just not a thing. You just can't. Your hips are flexed.
No doubt.
Like,
Well, it's Tarzan swinging through the jungle, holding Jane with both hands, but there's a vine. He's swinging on the vine. So how is he holding the vine? So it shows the back end, and it's a sketch of his ass cheeks clenching the vine.
yeah.
There's your
That's
context.
hardcore, man.
I like it.
I love it. You know, it's like male Kegels, you know?
Wow.
Oh, so it's not even his butt cheeks; it's his asshole grabbing it.
You gotta keep those areas strong.
Wait, did we see the bottom of the vine anywhere? I'm just curious.
Oh,
That vine
God.
was that vine was fucking dirty after that shit.
The vine was like, please.
Tarzan don't like showers. You know that.
Okay, so seriously though, like honestly, I asked this earlier in the Discord. Shout out Discord. If they have the wraparound, like the flaps with Tarzan, but then when he like swings, you see his like undies that are like covering everything. Then why do you need flaps, bro? Like that's just gonna get in the way. Is it just because it's pretty? Like I don't understand.
Yeah, it's dramatic effect.
Like wear your
probably.
Speedo or wear a skirt. Like you don't need to do both. Doing the most.
It's aesthetically pleasing. Aesthetic.
You're putting a whole bunch of images in my head I don't want to think about.
Love it.
Dude, for real,
Just keep
man.
looking at the chat and seeing Tarzan cheeks. People, start typing so it goes away.
Move the chat. Move the chat. Move the chat.
It was- when you said it, I thought there was a user named Tarzan Cheeks. I was like, I think I'm gonna go home and change my profile name now. You know?
Yeah, the artist formerly known as Exhorter is now Tarzan Cheeks.
For real. It's not even the name. It's just the like an outline of the picture, just like in detail. I'll make myself a symbol.
There you go.
All I know is I don't want to see the album cover.
It'd be like
No, you just
Nirvana, but backwards.
I mean,
and
we could
older.
make it a scratch and sniff.
Ugh.
Oh, what an artist.
Dude, for real.
For the full experience.
Pitch
Yeah.
that to McDonald's. Get us on the Happy Meal, bro. Let's go.
Pretty soon
Fucking
that kind of
Tarzan
shit's gonna
cheeks,
be on a
fuck.
Happy Meal at this point. At this rate.
Dude, I'm ready for it, you know.
Exhorter, y'all just want fucking, yeah,
I want chaos.
y'all just want fucking Martha Stewart flavored sauce.
Mm,
Literally.
there we go.
I just
If
tried
I
to
can't
take
have
a
it,
drink
nobody
and you
can.
made me like gag in my mouth while I'm taking a drink. That was so bad. Bleh.
You know,
This
it's
sauce is
definitely
uber fuckable.
It took me a second to realize you were quoting me there. You got to keep them on their toes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Got to be willing to show a little nip when you need to. I'm trying to think of when I need to start my OnlyFans. You know what I mean?
Right now would be a good time.
Yeah, the
just-
economy's going down. So.
Gotta stand in the cold, get some hard nipples going. Post that
Dude.
shit. That's it. There's your
Hey,
money.
sell some scratch and sniff farts, and you're on your fucking way to
Yeah.
like straight up success.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have to work with some chemists.
Oh god.
On
Can you
Aromas,
make my fart smell better so I can sell them?
on Aromas, I love you to pieces, hon. You understand that 307 is Chris and Matt, right? So, and literally that's Chris typing. So, you're telling Chris to tell himself hello.
Hey.
He's like,
Chris
yeah.
here.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. You beat me to the joke.
He's keeping the room hot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's it.
He's
Preheating
radiating.
the oven.
Absolutely.
He
Who needs Martha Stewart when I got this Chris guy next to me? You know what I'm saying? Oh,
started
buddy.
off that. He started off that a little Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I know, right? Right.
I liked it.
Well, I go there sometimes. You know what I mean?
With a
That's
house
not- I love messing around with accents when I rap sometimes too. That's just so fun.
I
don't
noticed
know
that
why
in
more people don't do that.
talking to myself. I noticed that.
Oh, right.
you
Heck
did a little girly thing there.
But Aaron,
Right.
Lisa,
Yeah, that wasn't
Can I have
that wasn't
Skull?
imitating anyone.
Lisa.
That was imitating the girl who grabbed your crotch, right?
Yeah, same person.
Yeah.
And the person who watched and did nothing. No,
Straight up.
I'm a victim.
I just want to let
Oh,
you guys know
God.
we've hit over 2 hours at this point, and I
Holy
wanted to-
crap, really?
Yeah, we've been here for 2 hours. I know that
Wow.
Scholes and I both have somewhere we gotta be. I gotta be up early, and I know that he's got somewhere he's gotta be. But I cannot thank you guys enough for coming on here with us. And I hate to be so abrupt about it. I'm not trying to.
Dude, thank
Dude.
you for giving us the time.
I gotta
No,
do
of course.
stuff too. Thank you. It was so much fun. It's nice to digitally meet you guys.
Exactly.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
No, honestly, I appreciate you giving us the time. I appreciate coming on here and just cutting it up with us. I mean, we were super excited to talk to you. I just can't even say, like, it's cool because we really wanted to kind of tune into some artists that, especially artists that maybe people hadn't heard of, and kind of get to know them and just kind of see their motivation and just have a conversation and, cut it up with them and just see people as people. You know what I'm saying?
Cut it up. I like that. That's real.
That's some cool cat
That's some
terminology.
cool cat terminology.
Yeah, that's right.
Cut it up with us for sure.
I'm
For
trying
shout.
to do the cool speak, damn it.
You're hip. You're hip. I dig it.
Yeah.
I appreciate you having a conversation with us in an adulting type manner with full respect and bleh, yeah.
Now you're fucking with accents. You sound like Miss Swan.
Dude, that's what I do.
my god, I love this one.
She bet.
God.
You guys bet.
Fucking A. Yeah, but no, it's been fun to, just hang and chat. I love connecting, so
No,
yeah,
but everybody
thank you guys again.
look, I fixed it during this whole thing, by the way. Look in the description, okay? And check out their channel. Go check out their music. Check them out as people, check out reactions to them, the whole 9 yards. And if you like what you hear, feel free to share it with somebody. Just kind of get their name out there a little bit. Subscribe to their channel. Hit like buttons,
Yes.
drop comments, boost that algorithm. You never know. Yours could actually be the one that somehow lands it somewhere you'd never expect, and suddenly, who knows? You're gonna hear them everywhere. So, we appreciate them coming through. I would say hit !Exhorter in chat because I set that up. However, Streamlabs is being an asshole and has decided to sleep all day. So that ain't
Dang
happening.
it.
I'm gonna post
love
the link
Streamlabs,
in the
bro.
chat right now.
Yeah, I was just about to go looking for it.
No, I got. Come on now.
Yeah, you're all right. You're fucking octopus.
Blasted.
You got 8 arms,
Yeah,
which is why you'd be a great not guitarist, drummer.
yeah, I would be an awesome drummer.
Dude.
A great good dump.
Do you want to do an outro for me?
Good drummer?
You can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want.
Who, us? You want us to do outro?
Can.
Oh.
I don't care.
For those of you who weren't here when us with 307 were on, we did our outro that we do for every video we did. And Kat was like, how come we're not that professional? Like, what the fuck?
No, you're right. That's true. I totally
It's
forgot about that.
funny.
I'm so sorry. If you're gonna do it though, you gotta get close to the mic because you're like in the
Oh, yeah.
background.
You guys ready for this? You
We're
guys
ready.
to go home, have a good time.
Let's do it.
You remember? You guys have both been on episodes,
I got this.
part of the notification.
Knuckleberries. Yeah, let's go.
So if you guys like this episode as much as we did, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, smash that subscribe button, click the bell, become part of the notification gang.
God damn it, I said squad. I always say squad. Why do I do this? Dang it.
And we will see you guys next time. Bow!
Much love.
We'll see y'all elsewhere.
Hey!
Thank you
Oh,
guys.
yeah, I get it. Because
everybody.
that's the name of the podcast.
Yeah, you got it. You got
Ah,
it.
All right, y'all. Have a good night. We appreciate you guys.
you too.
Much love.
Bye.